What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Atheist Roundtable. And tonight is whiskey, Scotch and Cigars. It's your boy Oz and Nate. What's up, buddy?
My dog's going berserk tonight with excitement for whiskey.
Did you give him those Scooby snacks?
Something like that. Wow. I don't know what her deal is, but she is really excited to hear some of these Bible verses. So I apologize in advance if she's yelping in anticipation.
Ash, the dog got into the stash.
Oh, Scooby snacks.
Scooby.
Maybe the dog needs a Scooby snack. I don't know.
All right. Well, before we
that was a joke. She's really excited.
Yeah, I can hear her whining. You went out? Did you want out? Does she need to use the bathroom, Nate?
No.
What kind of dog owner are you?
She's been well taken care of.
Okay. So before we get the shenanigans going here, welcome to our monthly edition of Whiskey, Scotch, and Cigars. This is where we really just have a bunch of fun. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Before we move on, I do want to make sure that we talk about tomorrow night. So tomorrow night we have another UDC live event. So the debate will be between the reigning champion, Godless Engineer, and Zach from Adherent Apologetics. Does God exist? Oh, that's gonna be a good one, Nate.
I'm excited for it. Anytime the champ goes up against somebody else, you gotta come in and watch, right?
Yeah. What Muhammad Ali say? The champ's in here. Champs in here. Yeah, that'll be a good one. We'll have some fun doing that one, and hopefully, I might give him a little hint that he comes on screen with the belt over his shoulder. He better come in with the belt over his shoulder. He has to.
He better.
Damn, your dog's distracting my ADHD brain, bro. All right. Well, let's get this thing moving so we can have drinks, and then I won't be as distracted.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's up, everybody? So we have the normal monthly guest here with us. It's done all the episode whiskey, Scotch, and cigar episodes with us. Captain Dadpool, how you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm excited.
I can hear it in your voice.
It's hard to hide.
You know, Captain, it's really good to have you here tonight. Glad you could join us. But Biddy Buddha, first time at the Atheist Roundtable. Welcome. How are you?
Shalom. I'm good.
So real quick, I'm going to let you guys, and now I can let Nate plug as well. Normally, I'm not used to the TART peeps plugging their stuff, but they got their own shows going now too. So, Captain, let's start with you. What you got going on? Tell us a little bit about the YouTube channel thing coming up.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel called Nerds and Heresy with my co-host Crimson Barrel, who most of you should know from TikTok. Sundays we have a guest on, and we talk about whatever the guest wants to talk about, pretty much. Like we had Biddy on there like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And that was a good time. This week we're supposed to have Atheist Jesus, I think. And then Thursdays we do a live like Q&A, and that's our opportunity to engage with you guys, and we just answer questions live. And it's a good time. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and I try to get there as much as I can. They do have a good time over there. I will say that.
Yeah.
Lots of laughter. My favorite one so far is the Crimson Red Riding Hood edition of your show, when you wore the Crimson Red Hood the entire time, and that's Little Crimson Riding Hood.
Yeah, I forget now.
Little Crimson Riding Hood, yeah, something like that. That was awesome. And then Up Lady Nate with Nate. What you got going on, man?
Well, we had episode 3 this past week. We'll be pushing out episode 4 Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so watch for that. It is the show that I ask you to roast the hell out of me, literally. And if you have the best roast, it is top roast comment of the previous week. So come on in and give me your best shots. We'll see what happens.
Hit me with your best shot. Sorry.
Ooh.
And I'll say, even though she wasn't on the YouTube stream, Biddy done fucked your ass up on TikTok.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a
she
good
did.
time.
Yeah, she brought that pain, bro. She brought that.
You seem to take that personal, Captain.
And it seemed like everything she was saying could also apply to me. Except for like the salt and pepper hair one, but like everything is like you got a big forehead, that the part in your hair is stupid. It was just like this could all apply to me as well.
My favorite one was
Universal.
your your fucking forehead's so big we could have a Lil Wayne concert on it.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing. All right. Anyway, Biddy Buddha, what you got anything going on coming up?
I just make TikToks that apparently people enjoy, and I'm now on Twitter, where I argue with Christians on there, and I've been having a lot of fun. Other than that, nothing is new.
No, I did hear. I muted Pasta Mike so he couldn't hear this. I did hear that you're going to go and talk to him here soon.
I am. Yep.
Okay. He's unmuted. All right, cool. I just wanted to confirm that. No, you'll have a good time. Pasta Mike is excellent when he does, so you'll have a great conversation with him. But and let me go ahead and put that in the chat. Thank you, Nightbot, for making my job easier. Boom. There we go. There we go. Yes. Sorry, I was reading a comment. Yes, thank you, Pasta, because I didn't get all that updated because I suck at my job. So what we're going to do is each of us have 2 verses prepared for the sermon. I meant the stream today, and we're going to have one from the New Testament, one from the New Testament and one from the Old Testament, and then I have a few words selected that only I know of. And anytime these words are said, you'll hear maybe something like this. Or it could be, a hip hop song or, whatever. We'll switch it up a little bit. We'll keep varieties. But everybody has to drink. Everybody has to drink. But what we're going to do before we start, obviously we're missing an amazing face on screen with us tonight, Mr. Dave Warnock, and he wasn't feeling well yesterday and today, so I told him by all means take care of yourself first. We'll have other streams. So first thing we're going to do is let's have a drink for Dave Warnock. And I will say that Johnny Walker, that Johnny Walker double black.
He's trying to get us going early, man.
That double black hits a little different. All right. Anyway, everybody in the chat, what's going on? Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Mikey's in the house. Good to see you, Mikey. I heard you had a rough night last night. But let's get it in. So, Nate, we'll start with you. What is your? Let's start with the New Testament. Let's leave the really gory, nasty, ugly shit for the end when we've had a few more drinks.
Contraire mon frere. There's gory in the New Testament also.
Well,
didn't know if you knew
let's
that.
Hear about it.
So mine comes from Galatians 5:12, and it states, "As for those agitators, I wish they would go the whole way and emasculate themselves."
So don't half-ass it. You gotta
Castration, yes.
all the way.
All the way.
You got to commit.
Just cut it off already.
What I will never never find out probably or understand what this God's obsession is with that kind of shit. Like
Which is on par with what Jesus says when he's like, if your eye causes you to sin, gouged out if your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. So if your your willy down there is causing you to sin, cut it off too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Does that make sense? That tracks.
yes, two things happen there. One, now I got to get a new fucking New Testament scripture because Dadpool just spouted it out.
Oh, did I?
But we
You
also
still use it?
Oh, is that the song?
Is the word scripture?
Can I just like say the word for fun once I find them?
yeah, if you find it, absolutely.
Is it scripture?
Nope.
Hold on, pause in action here. Dadpool, this is for you. I'll bet you can even tell me what your ultimate metaphysical concrete particulars grounding is, atheist.
That is a mouthful of words there. You just sent my way.
Yes, you just got Darth Dawkins by Dr. Josh. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to think about that one. Metaphysics is not my area of expertise.
And again, Pastor Mike, thank you for helping. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, so everybody's links and everything are in the description. And then I won't be. Nightbot should be pushing them out here soon too. So, well, I was going to go me next, but Dadpool, since you spouted mine out accidentally,
Sorry.
go ahead and you go ahead and share yours, and I'm going to pull up the other one I had in mind if I can remember what it was.
All right. Mine comes from Revelation 8, chapter 8, verse 1. When he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. So about half an hour, give or take. Like earth is silent or heaven is silent for, half an hour, give or take. Like I love like how specific it is. And I haven't looked up the original Greek. I'm curious as to what that actually means. Like, does it literally mean half an hour? Like, do they have a different time reference? Like, what is happening? Why 30 minutes? Why is that?
30 minutes or your pizza's free, I think. So.
Yeah. Which is why I always give the pizza man the wrong address. Life hack: give the pizza man your wrong address, and your pizza will be late, and it'll be free every time.
But so the about or around, or if Shannon Q is here, the about or around. Was it like, did they need a 30-minute lunch break? Like,
and then like if heaven is actually silent for like 45 minutes, does that not fulfill the prophecy then? Like, oh, you were so close, just almost had it.
Yeah, 32
you were
minutes.
off by 15 minutes.
No, even worse, like 32 minutes. You missed.
Yeah. But it said about half an hour, so I give them, some.
Are you
grace.
all right? Are you all right?
I'm generous.
Me?
Oz, he's and even thought about this 30 minutes.
I don't get, like, why is it around 30 minutes? Like, it's 45 minutes. Now we're tardy. Make it 45 minutes. Now you get docked pay.
It was silent so they could watch an episode of Animaniacs. It was good. It was a good one, Dragons.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll get to the chat here in a second because now I'm playing catch up because I got to get a new fucking verse. And that sounded angry.
Man,
Biddy, what was your New Testament scripture?
Well, I didn't know we were supposed to write them down, but I have 1 Corinthians 11:10. Therefore, a woman ought to wear a symbol on her head because of the angels.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Truthfully, that is the only really misogynistic thing that Paul wrote. Like that's as far as like everything else was probably written by somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And like for the people that say it's cultural, but angels are cultural, so it's not. You're supposed to wear a head covering if you're a woman.
Yeah, it's a symbol of
Sign of authority.
Yeah.
So, but Biddy, what does that scripture mean to you?
That you better put a cloth on your head so that you don't cause the angels to lust after your glory, which is your hair.
because that happened before, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the book of Enoch, or in Genesis, was it chapter 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the angels looked down on the women, and they were fucking smoking, so they came down and had sex with them and had giant cannibalistic babies, and that's why God had to flood the earth and kill everybody.
Yeah.
So God didn't want that to happen again. So now women need to wear head covering.
Yep.
Because for some reason y'all are in charge of.
But remember
that
if a man wears a head covering, he is a disgrace to God. That's
right.
1 Corinthians something.
It's double standard.
Yeah.
Subjective morality for you.
Is there a lot of hair cutting going on back then?
Well, the Nazirite vow, you weren't allowed to cut your hair.
For
But
3
other
years.
than that,
So I'm
Yeah.
just confused then why the head covering would be of assistance.
Yeah, you couldn't.
it was
purely
magical,
symbolic.
okay? I don't think it was symbolic. I think they actually thought it protected them from angels.
You might be right. And the
They
argument
were
as to
superstitious, 100%.
the argument as to why they don't practice that now is that long hair serves as a covering.
It's only uncut hair. So if you've ever gotten your hair cut and you're a woman, you're supposed to wear a head covering.
Yeah.
So my question is then, are the angels only turned on by women's hair?
Most likely.
Are there like angels with a foot fetish? Like they saw they had really good looking feet, so they did it. Is like
Those high heeled sandals that they wore.
is there diversity in the kink community among the angels? Like what's going on there? It's a whole subculture.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody left out a part of this story. I was going to say something else.
I mean, they did have a lot of verses that revolved around feet, and so
That's true. That was an
as
idiom.
reference to something else. So
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
maybe there's a
And
foot fetish thing.
Since we talked about that, I discovered another verse when that pertains to when David had sex with Bathsheba, and then he sent for her husband to come, and he was like, "Come, wash your feet, sleep in your bed, eat food at your house." That way, it would make it seem like the baby is his and not his. He was like, "Yeah, come home and clean your feet." Like he's not saying wash your feet. He's saying do something else.
That would have been a great, cue some sexy music right there.
If I had
That would've been-
this music on the sound pad, I definitely would have. I need a drink after that.
Look at this bitch! Oh my god! Big stretch.
So
And hand check.
Oh, yeah. I have a kitten in my lap. So
what?
I have a kitten in my lap. So
What?
Sure you do.
like
Well,
a literal kitten.
Hmm.
I pick it up and show you, but it's sleeping so peacefully and he's so cute, and I don't want to fuck it up.
So, not to take us all the way back here, but what I'm hearing then is God and or the angels are really into hair, feet, and foreskin.
Yes.
Yeah, and leather and whips. You know,
Whips.
S&M, is that what that's called?
yeah, that's an M. Yeah, Jesus was whipped. Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Sure was.
Ooh. Yeah.
With a cat of 9 tails.
Was it really a cat, or is that a euphemism too?
Who fucking knows what that book is?
Was he pussy whipped? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Was he pussy whipped?
sounds like it.
Ask Mary Magdalene, right?
Hey, there you go. He washed her feet too.
It's not feet.
My drink is so good. That's a bad thing.
I was about to say, when your alcoholic beverage tastes good, you're in trouble.
Mhm.
Quick question: why has nobody lit their cigar yet? I'm gonna light mine.
Oh, I did not let it go out. All right, cigar break. Fucking Dadpool has got a goddamn torch and shit.
It's a cedar match.
I would be dead by morning, lighting.
Can you do like bong hits off camera? Does that qualify?
Just
Okay,
off camera.
perfect.
lost his shit and jump off my lap. Think about my.
What did you say?
Oh, I'm blurry. There we go. All right. I feel so classy.
You classy as fuck.
Classy AF.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't we swear?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's just a phrase, AF. Classy.
No, just the guys
Okay.
can't. What?
And thank you to the beautiful Mrs. Oz for this amazing cigar.
Jesus would have survived if he had remembered the safe word. Dragon's killing it tonight.
Oh, he's always good for some zingers. All right, so here's mine, and I've actually had to go through two different ones now because I had two in a row that were discussed before we even got to bring it up. It's not like we're gonna run out of bullshit, you know what I mean? But all right, where to go? Okay, Matthew 5:39. But I say to you, do not resist the evil man who hurts you. But if anyone strikes you on the right jaw or cheek, turn to him the other one too. And that too, that
is Oz's first.
And maniacs.
If you punch me in the jaw, you're not going to see the left jaw until you're laying on the fucking ground. Burn a cheek.
Yeah, what about your cheek? Can someone slap your cheeks?
No, don't
Oh.
fucking slap me.
No cheek clapping?
It's that TikTok trend where you jump up and down and clap your cheeks together. That's what it's referencing. That is a direct reference to the
Turn the other
TikTok
cheek?
That doesn't come across my For You page.
Yep. They knew that TikTok was going to be around back then. So
yeah. It's prophecy. This fulfilling prophecy.
mhm.
Pasta
Holy
money.
shit, dragons! Yeah, good eye. Dragon noticed what my cigar was. Good fucking eye.
That's because actually Jason from Dragons and Genesis is one of God's sons. He knows
Although I didn't light it very well.
Is what Mrs. Oz said true?
What? Oh, she's the only one that can slap me.
A little slappy?
Yeah, because the one thing with that scripture, I mean,
There we go.
fucking around, but not fucking around. Like, how can you, like, if it's God inspired or whatever, how can you say that? But this is the same God that in the Old Testament is like, you will not obey me, your kids will die.
Hello, baby.
Well, turn the cheek, bruh. Turn the cheek. What are you talking about? Turn your
Yeah, that scripture is part of the reason that some early Christian groups were polytheistic. They didn't believe that Jesus was the same as Yahweh. Like, they believe they're two completely separate. They believe that the God of the Old Testament was different than the God of the New Testament. Like, clearly, like, they were like, there's a huge difference here. Clearly, it's two different entities. So they didn't believe in one God. So, yeah, interesting.
It's amazing how it develops to fit the evolution of their society and their cultures. You know, they continue to move things around and change the definition of the God, what the God meant. It's amazing how that happens.
No, they didn't have an agenda, did they?
But it was inspired. It was inspired, guys.
No agendas, right?
Right? Yeah.
No politics.
Yep.
Politics.
No
Not about money or any of
no
that.
ulterior motives.
What's up, Wes? What up? What up?
What's
up,
up,
Wes?
Wes?
All right. Now let's get into this. This is usually when shit gets fun, the Old Testament. But before we do that, let's just take a quick drink break because we deserve it.
those just tuning in, I saw in the comments, Mr. Dave Warnock was not feeling well today. He was having a rough past couple of days, so is not with us tonight.
Yep, and just for that, one more drink for Dave.
God damn.
Question for Ricky.
Why is my shirt on?
Asking for my mom.
For my mom. I don't have a good answer. I haven't drank enough yet. How's that? We haven't said the magic drinking words enough times yet for me to take my shirt off.
All right, let's get in. This is usually when the shenanigans really start. So, Ricky, Captain Dadpool, lead us off.
Sir.
Lead us off with the bullshit from the Old Testament.
I will. Today's verse comes from Isaiah 53, verse 10. I made a TikTok about this a few days ago, so I wanted to bring it up. But the Lord desired to crush him, causing him grief. If he renders himself as a guilt offering, he will see his offsprings, he will prolong his days, and the good pleasure of the Lord will prosper in his hand. Which is, again, the last part is referring to the first part where the Lord desired to crush him, or other translations say it was pleasing to the Lord to crush him. What's funny about this is Christians will often cite this entire chapter as prophecy, but this one verse they will gloss over. They won't pay it any. You will not hear a sermon about this scripture. But what's funny about it is it's not prophetic. It's speaking in the past tense. It doesn't mention a Messiah. So it's talking about either one of the prophets or a group of Jews at the time. It's a suffering servant scripture. So yeah, that scripture has a lot of theological implications if they want to say it's prophecy.
Was it Isaiah 53?
Yeah, 53:10.
That was your okay. Yep.
Yeah, it delighted the Lord to crush him. Again, Christians think it was talking about Jesus, but it's not. But where's the fun in that? I'll let him believe that.
Hey God, what the fuck?
I'm not going to correct you this time, Christians. You keep on keeping on.
Hey God, what the fuck happened to doing that cheek shit? Why are you always hurting people? Why's God always hurting people?
I'll kill you. I'll just kill your babies. That's fine.
Dash them on rocks. It's his preferred method.
And like Ricky said earlier, oh, your right eye's making you fuck up. But fucking pluck that shit out, bro. Go get some butter knife or something. Pluck the shit out. Like,
Yeah, we're
ice cream scooper.
Do you think
Well,
there's
ice
a
cream
lot of
scooper
people
there.
like with a patch in hand back
A lot
in
of
the
pirates
day? Like
back
they
then,
were.
yeah.
I mean, that's a legit question. I wonder if there's more people like.
It's like the people who take the verse literally, where a snake will bite you and it won't harm you, so they parade around and get bitten by snakes and then have to go to the hospital.
Wasn't that not even in that real Bible?
Right.
Like, that was
That's right.
added so late.
In that real
added
Bible. That wasn't even in that real Bible.
A scribe.
You know what I mean.
it wasn't in the real shit.
We all know it's
They
not real Bible.
That
I
OG
follow
shit.
the real one, okay?
They were all drinking that good,
You mean the King James?
good wine.
That's
Jesus-
snake poison. They're
Wow.
drinking snake poison, man.
Yeah, what's the whole thing? You shall drink poison, and it shall not harm you. You shall handle snakes, and they will not. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
You ever seen the campaign where he goes down to one of those snake handling churches and gets bit? That's
Yep.
what I imagine the majority of those churches actually looking like.
I saw that one
So-
video where the guy was literally rushed to the hospital and just barely survived. But he was trying to play it off for a long time and he ended up collapsing.
I'm good, and his arms
There's blood everywhere.
And what was so fucked up is they actually believed that he was. You could watch the like his collar changed, like you could see it in his eyes. Like the dude was like dying right in front of them. Like,
Yeah.
and they're all still up there. Sugar to buy, but pass me another snake. And it's like, no, this motherfucker's dying. Take him to the hospital.
He's like, play it cool.
Ooh, it's getting a little hot in here, but I'm okay. It'll be all right.
No, it's fine.
I
It's
want
fine.
to be there.
And at one point, it was like his dad or uncle or something. It's like big dude is like carrying him, and it's like he's dying in your arms, bro. Like God's not helping him right now.
I'm just dying in your arms tonight. Sorry.
This can't be a true statement by dragons. That can't be true. Oh, hold on.
Wait,
Is the word
is the
true?
word died?
Wait, which?
If you guess a word, I will tell you.
Is
I
it
was
died?
wrong.
It was nothing I heard from anybody.
Wait, if it was nothing you heard from anybody, how did?
No, when you guys were saying, "Is it this? Is it this?"
Oh, okay.
Look,
Who was talking last? Nate, what did you just say?
I
Comment
remember.
by dragons. Dragons. Did I say dragons?
Yeah, is that true, dragons?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Really?
Actually, I think Jason was in Fort Wayne a month or so ago, and him and I got lunch and stuff together, and I believe we talked about that. But yeah, man, them motherfuckers crazy. Look, I love reptiles, and I've owned snake. I've owned pythons. Never ever in my fucking life would I prance around on a stage, just throwing the motherfucker around.
Yeah. Like what the fuck?
And then expect it to not fucking bite me.
Yeah. Like the snake's in there. There's all this noise and movement going around. The snake's like, what the fuck? It's getting thrown around. Like, what the fuck is going on? Of course, he's going to start biting shit.
Didn't they say that they kept them really cold too to make sure that they wouldn't bite people? So like,
Really?
I heard that's what they do.
If
Really?
I remember right, that family was southern Tennessee, if not maybe a little further south.
Yeah, Southern Baptist.
Yeah, there's not like
There's a few groups like that. All in the Bible Belt, of course.
Yeah, it doesn't, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's so we go from in your evangelical church here in America, you got the Fruity Loop, as Aunt Kathy refers to them, is quackadoodles. Your quackadoodles,
Ooh, that's a
Christians.
good word.
They have the little pretty banners and the glitters and Yahweh saves, and they do all the interpretive dancing, and here's the Holy Spirit. But no, the Southern Baptist snake handlers are like, fuck you guys. You guys don't know shit.
I see your ribbons and I raise you a snake.
You're waving ribbons. We got fucking
We had a
rattlesnakes.
guy in our church had a sister church that we would go to from time to time. That church had a guy that during praise and worship, he would just swing a sword around, like a literal sword. And so he like stayed in the back where there was nobody around. And like during praise and worship, he just fucking swung a sword around.
He was the LARPing kid that just wanted an outlet.
Yeah, yeah. Like in myself, I was a devout Christian at the time. I was looking at this fucker. What the fuck is this guy doing?
So think about this. Hey, bro.
I'm crying.
What did you do today? I went to church and I swung my sword for the Lord.
I increased my KD ratio.
But did you get anybody saved? Did you get anybody saved? No, but Jesus saw me swinging that sword. It was like David against Goliath. I was envisioning it in my head. Like I was playing all the giants. Now I didn't have a slingshot. Like I went one up. I got a sword, but I was slaying giants in there, bro. Spiritual.
But David used the sword to cut off Goliath's head, and that's what I did on Sunday.
Maybe he wasn't dead. Maybe he was just unconscious. And it was actually the sword that killed him.
And some say that about Jesus. Jesus never died. He was just unconscious. He was out there in la la land.
3 days sleep. Yeah.
But the resurrection is more likely.
Yeah, more likely for sure.
It doesn't make sense for the body to be stolen or him actually not dying. What makes the most sense is that he literally resurrected from the dead. That's clearly what happened.
Yeah, so that
shit.
I literally drank an entire pitcher.
Holy shit.
So you guys have to like put me playing then. There you go.
At the club, man.
Hey, do we want to take a kitten break really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't have a kitten here. But
Aw,
This
so
is Gur.
cute. Gur.
This is my kitten, like Gur from Invader Zim. Say hi, Gur.
Aw.
too much cuteness.
So
Ouch.
fucking
Ow,
cute.
ow, fuck. I'm good.
I
Ow.
do need a refill.
Tiny little claws.
Well,
Be careful that Jesus or God might like that cat for its feet. So
Biddy, would you like to go get a refill?
I'm out. I literally didn't think I was going to go through a pitcher before the show started.
So yes is the answer.
But now.
yeah.
it's
Oh,
Oh, you got to move on to the real shit. Okay.
I came to party.
hmm
You guys party hard.
No need for refill breaks. Okay.
Level 2. This video
Yeah,
game.
score.
All right. So before we do this, I just want to give a shout out for two things. One person, two things. Donna for the $4.99 super chat. Snakes are plentiful in the South. Yes, and that can be interpreted several ways. Snakes as in the reptile, yes, and then snakes as in Southern ministers. Yes, absolutely. There's they're plentiful.
I'm already drunk.
Hey guys, she's already drunk. I think she might be drunk already. Sorry, I gotta cover my mouth so you don't know it's me talking.
All right, hold on. We got one more shout out. Hold on.
Okay.
For the super chat, and then Donna is also the newest YouTube channel member. She's part of the membership team, so she'll have access to some of the new materials that we're working on. Nate's been helping edit those things down, and you'll get to. Oh, this is so scary to even say. You'll get to see what Oz does when I'm not on this platform.
It's not what you're thinking.
It's
Or is it?
Or is it
comical. It's comical. I'll tell you that much.
snakes and kittens? That's the theme for the night. Snakes and kittens.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the hidden content in the members section.
Mike says,
Yeah.
I was just about to send a DoorDash to Biddy with some burbs. Some burbs.
I don't know that they do that. I don't think the DoorDash delivers the alcohol.
Wait, what is
I had
burbs?
one for
What is
just
that?
alcohol
Like
and
bourbon.
weed.
Either
Oh,
bourbon,
bourbon. Okay.
or suburbs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're
What
delivering
bourbon?
entire suburbs now.
What'd you say, Biddy?
Huh? I don't remember.
Atta girl. All right. So
So who haven't we heard a scripture from?
well, that's what I was about to say. We did that in we'll skip Nate and myself. We'll go Biddy because you're already feeling it. You're already feeling it. So
I'm here.
let's hit that Old Testament bullshit.
Okay, like I said, I don't have a verse, but I'm pretty sure it's Genesis 30. And this is when Jacob is working for his father-in-law, and his father-in-law keeps effing him over. And he says, well, you can have all the goats with spots on them. But there weren't any goats with spots on them. So Jacob, he like gamed the system and put a stick in their drinking water, fertility magic, and then they all came out with spots on them. I have never
Really?
heard any apologetics on this chapter ever, but it's like literally fertility magic, and you are looking at me like you've never heard this before.
Actually,
Jacob and the
yeah.
spotted
Well,
goat.
it sounds vaguely familiar.
The
to
cat
me, but-
even came in to see what
It's
we
like,
were talking
what?
about.
Yeah, the cat's super confused. Gur has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, you just put a stick in their drinking water, and then they'll have
Mm.
spots on them.
Well, no, I remember the story, but now that you say it like that, it just hits a
Yeah.
little different. Just hits a little
There's-
different.
It's different.
Sounds dumber.
Yeah. Now it was it's already dumb because it's.
I mean, it sounds made up. Maybe
There's so much like magic or black magic in the Old and even the New Testament, like that you don't even think about, like that, and like wasn't it who was it that summoned the spirit of Saul? It was a medium. You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember who exactly now.
Yep.
But there was that, and then even Jesus casting a legion out of the man and putting them into the herd of swine, and them running off a cliff and killing them. Doesn't that sound like black magic? And Jesus like spitting on the mud or spitting on the ground and mixing it, and making mud, and then wiping it on the guy's eyes to heal his blindness. Doesn't that sound like fucking magic or black magic?
And you have bitter waters, the abortion pill, basically.
Yeah, the bitter waters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or that time that person had leprosy and he just pissed all over the leg and fixed it.
Witch of Endor. Thank you, Titan.
That's for jellyfish, I thought.
It is, and it is. The reason I know that is because I got stung by a jellyfish when I was like 10, and some beach bum like was trying to piss on my leg, and my dad was like, "Get the fuck away! What are you trying to do?"
No, this has to happen.
He needs to get peed on. He got the jellyfish stingings.
He was like, "No, if you get stung by a jellyfish, if I piss on his leg, it drives the poison out." And my dad's like, "You're not pissing on my son's leg."
Why would he think he has to do it? Like, why couldn't you pee on yourself?
Or he's like the guy that's really high. He's like, "Whoa, man! I think I should pee on your leg, dude."
Yeah, there's a crazy thing, but that took a cool turn. But you know that the whole stick in the drink, and then say it again how you explained it. Then what happened?
So he put a stick in the goat's drinking water, and then the offspring of the goats that drank from the stick water would have spots, and then Jacob would get this spotted goat. And soon after doing this so many times, he ended up with a bunch of spotted goats. You know, this is actually something we could very easily try and see if it works. You know, evidence for God. But God never told him to do that. He kind of just went around putting sticks in the water. But the apologetics say that it wasn't the stick in the water. God did it. But why did God have to do it that way?
That was going to be my next question. So we don't even need goats or lambs or sheep or anything like that. So let's all the four of us have a pact, a biblical pact together that we're going to either in our water or our drinks, we're just going to put sticks in our drink and see if we get spots. Let's see if we get spots.
Leprosy. Bringing it back.
Full circle.
Mm-hmm. And then you can put your hand in your bosom and it'll turn white. And then you put it back and then it's not. Anybody know that Bible verse? No, you guys look at me like I'm crazy.
No, say that again. I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Yeah, I missed it.
So God, when Moses was talking to God in the
I'm burning some bush right now.
Okay, so God's talking to Moses at the burning bush. And Moses is like, well, shit, what do I do if they don't believe me? And he's like, you're going to take your stick and it's going to turn into a snake. And he said, also, put your hand in your bosom. Now pull it out and it'll be white. And then put it back and it will be unwhite. And so then he went to Egypt. He got to do the snake thing. He didn't even get to do the cool white hand magic trick. But God gave him leprosy when he did this and then not.
I do remember, now that you said it, I do remember because the burning bush is one of my favorite bullshit stories to go to, but I usually never make it that far. I never get that far in the story because I get stuck at the fucking bush.
Right.
It's like, Moses, maybe you've been burning some bush.
Somebody was burning something. That's for goddamn sure. That's for goddamn sure. But we do have a super chat because Biddy always has Bible receipts.
She does. Biddy, you're good at that.
Oh, good. Yep.
Oh, and I will say,
my only talent.
I doubt that, but most people do. that can retain information like you or Dadpool do. It rarely is a one trick pony. But I will say for our community to have people like Biddy and Captain, and there's others that we've spoke to that have that knowledge that we have access to, that we can ask questions to, get information from, that can retain the way they do. Because Nate will tell you, and Pasta is in the chat, he'll say my memory is that of an ant. So I don't remember shit. So having people like that, to be able to listen to and take things away from, just as a quick serious point, like use that to your advantage when you're talking to people. If you're an atheist that's never really been involved in a religion or a belief, and you don't know the answers, and you don't know the Bible, you have people to ask questions like, hey, when they say this, what do they mean? What was the context? What was the context? What was going on? And how do we better, or how do I better address or have this conversation? So for you two, thank you for bringing that to the community. It's awesome.
Yeah, no problem. I had someone make a comment about like that earlier today. It's like, how do you remember so much? And I was like, I've actually forgotten like so much. Like I've had to go back and like brush up on a lot of my knowledge, like, because I hadn't like entertained those thoughts for so long. And since like, I got all this attention from TikTok, and people were like, what about this? What about this? And I'm like, oh shit, I need to reread up on that, because I've forgotten, a lot of the details. Shit is the word shit.
Read.
Well, the first thing I have to do is address a comment in the chat as soon as I get the music to stop. Thank you. Mrs. Oz, I'm your wife, in case you forgot. No, that's something I will never forget. Babe, I love you.
Yeah, you should probably address that.
Sure. And then we do have another super chat. The Blazing Wizard. Oh, thank you. I am pretty sure they have been misinterpreting stoning in the Bible. Lights up a blunt. Hey. Smoke weed every day.
And they were stoned.
You're welcome. I love when they say Stephen was the first martyr. He got stoned. So was he the first one that found the wacky tobacco?
Yeah.
Was that Murdershed, Steve?
No, he's still alive. So.
Oh, okay.
He's probably stoned. Like right now, he's probably stoned. But fun fact: when people, the term crucifixion was also used for stoning.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, when people were crucified, or they were stoned and then hung on a cross. And the same term is used.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible, if Jesus was a real person, he was actually stoned before he was hung on the cross. So he was tripped balls.
Neither of those qualify to bring about a new covenant, to be crucified through secular means or stoning. It would have had to have been through the sacrificial system to qualify as the Messiah. So they kind of screwed up on that.
Oh, they screwed up on a lot. But yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to find. I feel like he's nowhere near. Oh yeah, that's where it came from. So, Atheist Chico. That's funny because when you first started watching our channel, you used to hit on me all the time.
No, Chico. This isn't the roast show. All right.
Oh,
that's what is it? Mondays with Nate. All right, that's not what's happening here.
Wednesday nights, yeah.
The Wednesdays, yeah. This isn't the roast show.
Sorry.
Yeah. And we can go back to previous episodes here on the YouTubes that demonstrate that Atheist Chico was definitely hitting on me. But anyway, Nate, go ahead with your Old Testament. Oh shit.
Okay, so I'll actually read this from the New International Version just for wording purposes. So it says, it's a Second
Hold on.
Samuel.
Why that version? Why that version?
You'll see in a minute. 2 Samuel 16:22. So they pitched a tent for Absalom on the roof, and he slept with his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel, everyone to see.
So I'm just gonna say what everyone's thinking. When it says pitch a tent, is it talking about
In a tit.
pinched her tent?
So the King James Version says, so they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house. So
I love the youth pastor that's on YouTube, and he's so serious. And he's like sharing that scripture, and he was like, and he told him to go pinch a tit. He's like, no, I meant pitch a tent.
Yeah, I made a video about that. Whoever was that was asking, what is the craziest Bible story? And I was like, this one. This is, or something like that. But yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, look it up, like on YouTube, like pastor says, pinch your tits or something like that, and you'll see it. It's fucking gold.
Yeah, because he just stumbles after that. He doesn't know how to get up, and finally you can see like he's wiping his palms on his pants. He's like sweating. He's like, "You guys stop laughing. It's not funny."
it's kind of funny.
But
Kind of funny.
Dadpool, I'm going to pull this super chat up, and I'm asked that you read this one off.
Atheists need to read the books of myth, the Bible, Aeneid. I never knew how to pronounce that, and Pseudo Apollodorus, literal library of Greek mythology. All the major myths you need. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that.
Dum dum dum.
Chum chum.
And
A lot of myths.
Pat, thank you for the super chat. I met Pat was it this week or last week over on Amy Newman's channel. Pat's a great guy. All right, so back to your scripture, Nate.
Yes, sir.
Just to refresh memories, because I already lost it. Will you share it again?
Sure. So they pitched a tent for Absalom on the roof, and he slept with his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel.
Okay, so stop. Why are we pitching a tent on a roof?
Exhibitionists.
My question is, that's a great point. Why that's such a weird place to pitch a tent?
They wanted everyone to see, isn't it?
Well, that's my next question is when it says for all Israel to see, like, is this some Jerry Falwell Jr. shit? Like, they want they want people watching, you know? Like,
well,
Probably. Watching people. What is it?
Tent.
Tent?
I never chose
no way it's tent.
But what I do is I'll go back like 2 or 3 sentences so people don't catch on. So you'll probably never guess it.
Smart.
But, so they're on the tent. They want everybody to see. What is it that they want everybody to see?
Do you need me to read a different translation?
Well, I'm just asking in general. Does anybody know what was it that was supposed to be seen?
Oh,
The deed
he was
with
getting
the
it on with
concubines?
his father's concubines, bro.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's how I was interpreting that. I just wanted to make sure that I understood.
Out of context.
Context.
Biddy,
You're using the wrong translation. Damn it.
That's why I asked.
Actually, if you think of it, I don't know.
Because there's so many ways that we could twist this, flip it. Never mind.
You can't read it literally.
No, it's just not literal.
There's many ways to pitch a tent.
Every way you pinch the tit is allegorical. It's all allegorical.
Use jumper cables.
Thanks, Dad, for the concubines.
So why if we're worried at that point, just in women covering their heads, right? Worry about women covering their heads and being honest and all that. but we got a motherfucker setting up a tent on a rooftop for a whole city.
That's a really good connection, Oz. That's really good.
Think of it this way.
I didn't think of that.
So if a woman didn't cry out loud enough, she was going to be stoned. So think of how loud these women had to be to stay alive.
Which is even more fucked up. Yes, I agree. That's even more fucked up.
So they couldn't moan? Like,
no, they had to be loud or they were going to get stoned.
Yeah.
They had to be loud or they weren't going to get
If a woman doesn't cry out loud enough during rape, she is to be taken outside of the city and stoned to death. Leviticus or Numbers. I don't know, one of them.
I think that's
could be Deuteronomy even.
Yeah, one of them.
It's like half the Old Testament.
It's everywhere.
The Pentateuch.
What Betty just shared, that's the most fucked up of the whole thing. Period. Right. But then when we drive it down just to modesty, and that all the bullshit that, especially in the Old Testament, that this God requires of women, that he doesn't say shit to men about doing things and don't do it, don't do this.
Women.
But not a fucking word, right? Except to do with their foreskins. He loves their fucking foreskins, but nothing about that. But you can, for whatever reason, go and set up this tent that I guess isn't really a tent. It's just a like a gazebo, because you can see from all sides the way it sounds, and you can go up there and do your thing to where everybody can watch it. So now modesty doesn't matter as long as the man's getting his way and gets what he wants, and he can put it on display for everybody to see. For what? Then for what is what I don't think any of us have the answer for that.
Bragging rights, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, great point. But it's like there's so many contradictions there. There's so much bullshit there, and to what Biddy said about what the women had to do in order to be acknowledged that they were being assaulted or taken advantage of or whatever it was. But then the fact that it's like, oh well, no, all of you can, all you dudes can do what the fuck you want, and the rules don't apply to you as long as we don't hear her. What? Are
you just making this realization?
No,
it's super misogynistic.
Yeah, no. Oh, I've known that for a long time, but stories like that make it even more stingy. It stings a little more. When you break it down just to a very the old model, the KISS, the keep it simple, stupid, model, where let's just dumb it down. This is what we're doing, and unfortunately, there's not enough people that do that. So we have fun with it, and this stream's all about having fun. But there are moments where it's like some of the shit. It's like, no, that's like fuck that. Like we got people that still believe this is the inerrant word of God, that it's God inspired, and they live their everyday life based on these kind of scriptures. Which is why we have to, whether we're having fun or not, we have to fucking talk about it. But
yeah.
Before we keep going, I want to make sure we don't miss super chats, because I always want to make sure we.
We got another one from Cooper Gates. There we go.
Cooper Gates, $5. Often do people confuse faith with taste, taking risks?
What do you mean?
Yeah, Cooper. Before any of us answer, if you can maybe rephrase or explain that.
Elaborate.
Because
so probably an example is like they're going to start their own business, and they think God is encouraging them. They got some sort of confirmation. The wind was blowing, and they saw an eagle, and so they decided to quit their job and start their own business. Like, I'm assuming that that's kind of the context of what and I think that happens all the time. And then if it doesn't work out, then somehow they didn't actually hear God. But if it works out, 100% God.
It's like when that book came out in 1988, it was like 88 reasons why Jesus is coming back in 88. And so people took out huge loans and a bunch of shit because they didn't think they'd have to pay him back, because the guy that wrote it, I can't forget his name now, the guy who wrote that book fucking had it down to a science, and people believed him. So yeah, and it's similar to the way like all these like televangelists and evangelists talk about Trump is going to win the presidency, like Kenneth Copeland, probably most famously. It's like all these people like have to go before their congregation and be like, might have gotten it a little bit wrong, you guys.
And
which in the Old Testament you would get stoned to death.
Yeah.
If you claimed prophecy and you were wrong, you would be stoned to death.
And I'm going to put this comment up here because this is exactly what we're talking about. So first of all, thank you, Tighten Your Anus, because this is dead on. There's and I hope you guys pick up on the sarcasm here. They were concubines. It wasn't sexual assault. I mean, it was, but he was declaring himself king by possessing the property of his father, and that's what we're talking about. There's always this out. There's always this out where it was okay, or it is okay because of X, whatever X is. No, fuck your X. It's not okay. I don't give a shit what your X is. It's not okay, and it doesn't matter. If I've heard arguments from both Christians and Muslims where it's, in that time frame and in that culture, in that society, it was like that was the norm. Guess what? If that was the norm for your God, if that was accepted by your God for that kind of shit to happen, that doesn't make it okay. And if anything, that tells us that morality has improved and gotten better, in spite of your fucking God. So why is he needed?
Which is hilarious because like Christians often use objective morality as evidence for the existence of God. I'm like, okay, so if Yahweh is the objective moral standard, he wanted slavery. He was okay with slavery at one point. He even gave guidelines about it. He never condemned rape, but made sure he condemned homosexuality and a bunch of other stuff. But now, things are different. Now we understand slavery is not okay. So why wouldn't God come and be like, hey, no, you're wrong. Slavery is okay. Like how?
Yeah.
Well, and God gave monetary value to men and women. So a woman, like a male baby was 5 shekels, a female baby was 3, a male over the age of 20 was 20 shekels, and a woman was 10. So he put you can buy people handbook in his, if your God was real, he should be extremely progressive of the time. They should have been not the same, even how the earth was hung on nothing and it was a flat disc. He would have had evolution already in there. Did I just, oops. But the Bible would have been pro evolution, cosmology, everything we know now would have been in that book versus everybody else's books being the same beginnings of creation. And does nobody think about that?
Yeah.
Nobody thinks.
No, I'm with you, and I do want to highlight this just so everybody that's listening is on the same page. Tanya said, "Oh, I of all people am not being an apologist for mistreating women." No, we know that, Titan. We know that. The sarcasm was very well displayed, and you know what? And him saying that, what I think is sad is that we as atheists, skeptics, non-believers, we actually have to specify. We actually have to specify that. Well, no, I was being facetious or I was being sarcastic. I don't actually believe that. Why? Because there's motherfuckers that will still stand behind that book and think it's okay. And it's just like if you buy a bottle of toilet cleaner or sink cleaner and it says do not drink this. Do you know why that label's there? It's because somebody tried to fucking drink it, right?
Yeah.
So we have to put these labels on that. It's don't what, this is here to serve a purpose, but just so you know, the disclaimer is there was some sarcasm there, or there was, I was being facetious when I said that, and it's sad that we have to do that. We even have to specify and add clarity to that. But I'll share this super chat, and then we'll get back to the more funny shit, because we just did a deep dive. Best in Show, $10. Thank you very much for your super chat. Even as a theist that accepts evolution, At what point in time in which transitional species that eventually emerges to Homo sapiens do Jesus and Yahweh appear?
That's confusingly worded as well. What are you asking?
I had to reread it a couple times.
Yeah.
So
is it at which point in time do Homo sapiens then are considered human enough to have souls? Is that the root of the question?
So I think we found Biddy Buddha's spiritual gift, its interpretation of super chat.
And I'm the drunk one. Come on, guys.
Oh, shit.
Is it super chat?
I'm out.
All right. So before anybody says anything, I just have to say, Biddy, you just going straight to the bottle. Mad respect.
I go hard.
Mad props.
Go hard.
Go
home.
We don't fuck around here.
Nope.
All right. So for that super chat, if you want to rephrase or be more, I guess, detailed on what you mean by that, we'd love to attempt to answer that question. But was my
but by the way, like, souls are not scriptural. That's pagan mythology. So you're not going to see that in the Old Testament. It's So if that's your question, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
it's so gross. I'm gonna. I liked my pink slushy that I had.
Listen, it's okay. Like, one of my probably my favorite drink of all time is a mojito.
Oh,
it's okay to like early drinks. Yeah, like, it's good.
Oh, I had a shit. I wish Tia was right here. I had to drink. We had our date day. Yeah, so we had a day without any of the 6 of our kids. And I had a drink. It was a mad bunny, angry bunny, pissed off bunny, something like that. And it was a pineapple drink, but it also had like these bitters and like this spicy. No, she heard me and cracked up at the door.
You want one?
And it was like, but it was like, had like this spicy and tangy and all that. And it was literally looked like a quote unquote girl drink, because it was, had the pineapple and the leaves, and at the bottom of the glass they had the LED light thing, and it changed colors. And I was like, I don't know if I'm at a rave or if I'm just at a restaurant right now. But I digress. Hold on, super chat.
Here we go.
Lesson show, $10. Thanks again. In other words, where in the evolutionary tree in the transition from hominids to Homo sapiens does Jesus and Yahweh appear?
So
go ahead, Betty. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess I don't know my timelines, but you have Zoroastrianism was the first, and we have the Canaanite gods pantheon, and then you finally have Yahweh, which is the child of El. Am I correct? So when was the Canaanite
El and Asherah?
What year was that? So that's when you have Yahweh.
That was like 4,000 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as we know, Hinduism is the earliest religion, and Yahweh didn't come around until about 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Prior to Hinduism, like, we believe that there was other religions simply because of inscriptions on walls and caves. Like, that's all. This was before the invention of papyrus or paper, so they just carved things into stone, and they're pictures, and they don't we don't know what they mean, but they seem to point to some sort of religious or supernatural belief, and we don't know what it is. So all that to say, yeah, the earliest religion is Hinduism, and Yahweh didn't come around until... I missed that. What happened?
I did too.
Yeah, you gotta put that back up for a second.
Okay to be massaging him out. He drinks what? Shut up and take your shirt off.
Do it.
His
Do
mom
it.
is really getting upset with you.
Well, and
Right.
I can tell Biddy's doing some research, and I'll give my.
I'm wearing a tank top underneath, so I'll do it. There. In the back. Fuck, I'm out.
Should have given it like a flex when you took it up.
Let me get a refill and use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Refill break.
Seal breaker.
I would. Oh, where's it going? I
I
was
think you
actually
hit the
gonna
wrong
address,
button there, but that's okay.
I did.
someone's comment up above that I wanted to actually address,
Which one?
unrelated to everything else. Genesis states that the breath of life. Oh no, not that one. Someone said that it could be interpreted as a soul, but if you look at the Hebrew, nephesh means life. Then you have nephesh habahamis, which is animal instincts, and then you have nephesh, another one. But the Hebrew does not talk about a soul like pagan mythology does. Just to get that out there. I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, I was looking. I don't see it, but I do agree that the soul thing is something that's been added on by man. If there
Yeah,
is
the whole New Testament is so it's so opposite of the intentions of the Torah, but me and Captain kind of disagree on a lot of that stuff. my Jewish understanding comes forward.
No Gavin here, Pasta.
Okay, I want to make sure you saw that. But what I was going to say with the Yahweh, Jesus, all that, to me, I don't, whether you believe in evolution or you don't, or whatever means of origins that you want to derive your argument from, the God and the Jesus do not have a lot of or any good evidence to back up their existence. And everybody knows I am the CEO of mythology, and I don't believe that Jesus existed. I believe there was a Jesus. There's probably a Jesus walking around because that was a popular name back then. But the Yeshua that you're referring to, Christian, we don't we don't have any accounts from anybody that was alive and walking when he was that referred to him, that spoke specifically about him. So we don't have that. So where and why should I believe that that's true? Then when we get to Yahweh, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. There's no good evidence to demonstrate that this all-knowing, all-loving, all omni bullshit God exists. Now, if you can bring me evidence to the table that can cause me to consider and reconsider, I will listen, because before I'm an atheist, I'm a skeptic. So if you can bring evidence to the table and start to walk me down a line of not just reasoning but evidence to do it, I'm game. I'm game. Let's do it. I just haven't seen a good reason to do that. So when it comes to the evolutionary process and when did to put a bow on it, when did Yahweh and Jesus pop up in that process? I don't think they did. I think that's the easiest answer. I don't think they fucking did. And there's the shirtless, sexy man.
I'm back.
Too sexy for his shit.
This is as shirtless as you're gonna get me. Enjoy my shoulders, my collarbone.
Ooh.
All right. So who didn't share their Old Testament so far? Because I lost count.
Pretty sure you, Oz.
Just
Yeah,
me.
I think you're the only one.
Oh, fantastic. Real quick, let's pull this chat up. Oz, are you seriously telling me that some angel didn't have sex with a young Jewish woman like 2,000 years ago? Do you really think it makes more sense that people made it up? Well,
I think it's a good time to point out that the earliest Christians didn't even believe in a virgin birth. So that's an idea that came later.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Everything about Jesus, the resurrection, the virgin birth, the miraculous conception,
The Trinity.
all of those technically disqualify him to be the Messiah. But yet, because him being the Messiah is reliant on the Old Testament, and then you add these factors, they would disqualify him. And everyone's like, it's because of the resurrection that Jesus is God. Well, he can't be. Well, he's not God. I'm going off on a tangent.
Go, do it. Keep going.
Go.
You're on fire.
Go.
But so the resurrection, I was quoting Frank Turek on Twitter. I'm going after him. I have a vendetta against him, but he was like, without the resurrection, blah, blah, blah. But the resurrection is futile. First off, crucifixion through secular means does not qualify as a new covenant. Two, I can't remember what I was going to say. It creates polytheism. Just so much of this. He can't be the Messiah if you add these things to him. He can't. And I'm so sick of Christianity not understanding. And then you can say, well, the Old Testament's, bullshit, and we don't really adhere to it. But then what the fuck is the point of a Messiah or Jesus or anybody? What did he come to save you from if you don't have the Old Testament?
Mm-hmm. And the
God setting us up, right?
Yeah.
The original sin, all that thing.
So
and the ideas that we have about the Trinity today was considered heresy in the 3rd century. It's called Sabellianism. Jesus never claimed to be Yahweh. Show me one time that Jesus said, "I am Yahweh." Jesus was deified.
Yes.
Later.
And all of the verbiage of worship of Jesus is the same worship word used for Melchizedek or King David. It's the worship of a king, a human king. It has absolutely no divine connotation to it.
The word is prosteros, some prosteritas.
I don't remember.
I can't remember exactly, but it's where we get the idea prostrate, not prostate, you nasties, prostrate. So it's the word they would use to describe bowing before a king. And this is one of the few instances where it has a much stronger meaning in the English translation than it does in the original Greek. So we translate it as worship, and this is what you do for a god. And to the Greeks, it's just what you do for a king. So when Jesus walked on the water, he calmed the storms, walked on the water, and he went into the boat, and then his followers worshipped him. All they did was they kneeled before him like he was a king, not like he was God. So yeah, like we're saying is absolutely true. The word in the original Greek did not mean actually worship as we understand it today in our language.
Yeah, real quick, Nate needs to dip out, and I completely respect the no kid time that you get to have with your
my dog's trying to interrupt it, but that's fine.
Yeah, with your lovely partner, but I want to make sure to respect that. So, Nate, thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to keep talking all this nonsense bullshit.
We can send me out with one, right?
You gonna finish your drink at least?
Oh,
Let's get a drink
I
going.
can't drink anymore.
Of course.
Yes, you can.
I'll just party.
So, everybody, this is Natey Nate. So just make sure on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
10 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry, I'm used to 9. 10 p.m. Eastern time. That you
It's
check
still
out
10 p.m. Eastern. It's not 9, it's 10.
I just said 10. God damn. 10 p.m. Eastern time. Check out Up Lady Late with Natey Nate here at the Atheist Roundtable. All right. So what I wanted to tag onto that real quick is I do agree with everything you guys have shared as far as Jesus claiming to be God, and there's no explanation of the Trinity, or how that was ever even assembled in the Bible, right? That was a man-made thing.
Absolutely, it was.
The only thing that I would hear would be a good argument is when Jesus said, "When you have seen me, you've seen the Father,"
which is in John. It's not in Matthew, Mark, or Luke, the three earliest Gospels. Like this is evidence that they deified him. The longer after his death, the more and more they deified him. So Matthew, Mark, and Luke, they don't have those. But then along comes John, who makes those claims.
John is like the worst. He's now a demigod.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
And Mark is, you can tell that Christianity is still in Jerusalem. And then by the time, Christianity left Jerusalem and headed into this Roman Greco world, you just see that, like, even the church fathers, they were so influenced by like Greek mythology that I've been researching them and like learning about how like St. Augustine and Clement specifically.
Clement of Rome. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm like, these people were crazy. And we don't hear about the things they don't want us to hear about. Like, so, we took what we wanted, but then you listen to some of their other teachings, specifically that like peacock flesh is indestructible. Therefore, if we go to hell, our flesh will not burn. And nobody like talks about these wacky doodle ideas that they had for that stuff. They just picked what they wanted for control purposes, basically.
Notice she said wacky doodle. She said wacky doodle. Shout out to Kathy. Wacky doodle.
Real quick, Athena, the nocturnal atheist, said that she has a friend who is deconstructing, and she's struggling with her faith and is scared. Send her my way. Tell her to send me a message on either TikTok or my Instagram. I have an email in my link tree in my bio. Tell her to reach out to me if she has any questions.
Yeah,
and that goes to everybody, by the way. Can't promise I'll answer, but you can definitely, reach out.
Yeah, definitely do that. And Captain's good for that. And if it's somebody that needs, if it's a point where it's professional help, they need a secular therapist, just go to TART.live, and we have a section on our website that is dedicated to pointing you to a secular therapist. That way you can get professional help. But yeah, if you need to talk to somebody, whether it's Dadpool, whether it's Biddy or myself, I think all of us would be open to having that conversation too. And Biddy, I'm sorry to put you out there, but I think all of us would be willing to help in that process, because I think all of us
absolutely. And recovering from religion is a great resource too. That's an organization that Mr. Dave Warnock, who is supposed to be with us today, he's very involved with. They have a lot of resources. They have articles that almost definitely break down whatever you're going through. And they even have links to groups, weekly, not like AA meetings, but support groups that they meet weekly. So you can get involved with that. But yeah, that's a great resource. I had to plug them real quick.
Yeah, I'll definitely go there.
I concur.
Yeah, 100%. I have no disagreement there.
Yeah, they're good stuff.
But to the real quick, I've seen a couple questions there, and I've tried to address them as I see them coming up. But Dave Warnock is one of my one of my favorite human beings on the
he's such a good person
on the face of this fucking planet. And I absolutely respect and admire that man and his tenacity and his heart, and his passion for life. And he simply texted, he's like, I'm just not, I had kind of a rough night and a rough morning, and I'm not feeling it. And I was like, cool, rest. Like this shit don't matter. Like what we're doing tonight, we're just having fun. This shit don't matter. You take care
it's
of
all
you.
Good. You do you.
Yeah. And guess what? There's going to be another Whiskey, Scotch, and Cigars episode, and we'll get you back on because he was really excited to talk with all of us and Biddy being on here. So well, guess what? We'll do another.
I want to be with Dave Warnock for sure. If you do it again sometime.
Absolutely. And we're gonna do it to make sure that you two get to do an episode together. Absolutely.
Perfect.
But
he's awesome.
And by the way, Biddy, I appreciate you breaking up the sausage fest. That is usually these episodes. Like, I think you're the first woman that we've had on here. So yeah, I appreciate having you on here for that.
I worked at a tattoo shop as I was like the only female in a tattoo shop for like almost
you worked
a decade.
at a tattoo shop? Shocker. Big shocker.
I know, right? So I'm very well used to the men.
Sorry, go ahead, Oz.
That came out wrong.
As far as Whiskey, Scotch, and Cigars, this is for those that know us, like we have fun all the time. But this is one of the episodes where we just put our feet up, have fun, kick back. Like there's nothing serious about this episode, and even when it seems serious, there are serious implications. But we're still going to end the show having fun, and tearing it up and talking shit, doing what we do. But Dean Meadows, real quick, TART, if they're deconstructing, send them to me. I'd love to help reconstruct their faith. And I don't mean this, please, I don't mean this as a diss or anything. But Dean, you had emailed me a month or two ago about coming on, and I emailed you back about coming on. And I've not heard from you. So if you want to come on before we do that, let's you and I chop it up, and then we get down to business. Oh, look, Mrs. Oz, she's always trying to expose me. Like there's no shame in my game, babe. There's no shame in my game. Oz
That's so nice.
Today. I would go to a pedicure with my wife. Like I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, we went and got a couples massage yesterday.
Nice.
And
really?
It was two female masseuses, and they were like goddamn flabbergasted that I would go and get a pedicure with my wife. Like they were like blown away. But it's like there's other than I'm the only thing in life that I'm terrified of, like absolutely scared of, is heights. I don't do heights. So
really, heights.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why. Very, very briefly, I'll tell you why in a second.
I think that's a common phobia.
No, but I have a very good.
You're looking at him like he's weird, Ricky.
I want to hear the story. Yeah, I did.
I could share it quickly because it would fuck anybody up. But there's literally other than heights, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for that woman. So, period.
More men need to get pedicures.
I like it. Even though I'm ticklish as fuck and like my knees bounce everywhere when they start to do the like underneath my foot shit. But anyway, yeah. So when I was a kid, my grandma and my aunt took us to like this little county carnival or whatever. And I was at that time the youngest cousin, and all my cousins got to get on, and I was like really upset that I didn't get to ride the ride with my cousins. And the little carny motherfucker was like, "Oh man, you're so upset. I'm gonna let you on the ride because I could tell you want to be with your cousins." Well, the ride was the little fucking pirate ship that like, goes back and forth. Well, what happened was we got about 3 or 4 swings in, and it went up all the way this way, and we were sitting on this side. I literally flipped over into the next because I should have never been in there. I was too little, and I flipped over into the next seat and happened to catch the bar. They bring the bars down. I happened to catch the bar with both arms, like, and had a death clench on it. And I can hear it like it was yesterday. My grandma and my aunt like screaming their lungs out because they watched me like. And after that, I was like, me and things up in the air. Fuck that.
That's really
That'll do
funny,
it.
Oz, because that's very similar to my issue. I hate clowns. Fucking hate clowns. And that's because when I was younger, my parents took me to a circus, just like the story you just told. And there was a clown who came out, and he made a soda can explode. And like I was like, he was doing all these magic tricks, and I was expecting a magic trick. And he pulled out the soda can. I was like, oh, he's gonna make a bunny come out of it, or he's gonna make something else come out of it. No, he made it fucking explode like a fucking grenade. That was the trick. So ever since then, I fucking hate clowns. Do not like clowns at all. So yeah, that's my.
It's funny, your story on that. So mine is heights, and my brother that I've talked about, that's a pastor. He has a similar story to yours, and I remember in our younger years, even as I got into my teenage years, and he was a few years behind me, like he would still like, if there was clowns or circus, like still come and try to like sit on my lap. And I'm like, no, bro, like I'm too cool for that shit now. Like I'm a teenager. You don't get to sit on my lap no more, bro. You know? But yeah, he had a similar thing. So let's do this super chat, and we'll get into my verse here. Kristen for $4.99. Thank you. A friend of mine, also atheist. We're talking about his term, ill child tonight. He's considering bringing in God, heaven for comfort. I agree. Thoughts? I don't. Kristen, maybe if you can.
We're talking about his terms,
So, do I need to help?
Yeah,
help us out,
So-
Betty. This is apparently
her
your
atheist-
mutant superpower. So what's happening here?
Gifts of prophecy. My guess is her friend is atheist, and he has a terminally ill child, and to comfort the child, they want to talk about God and heaven so that maybe the child's not afraid of dying. And I think we do that all the time with our kids to comfort them. And if it's, you do what you got to do. And if that's that's going to give your child peace. I mean, that's why religion exists.
I agree with that, actually.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the rare occasions where I'd say, what is it as you're exiting this life that brings peace or joy or happiness? And Pasta Mike and I have talked about it with my grandparents being like, any of them at any day could go. Like it's literally, I could lose them 4 days in a row. Like it's that real. But I never, like, even if they ask because they've heard rumors, like I don't talk about my atheism, because that would strip them of their happiness and how they see me, and it would probably cause more damage, right? Because how much they love me and all that. So I don't even talk about it. I don't bring it up. I don't let it be a part of conversation. But now with that's a different conversation with a child going through that, where it gets, if creating something like that brings them this comfort and this joy and this ability to deal with the circumstance, fucking do it. If it puts a smile on their face and they get to go peacefully, I don't care whether it's Jesus, Yahweh, a unicorn, and I don't mean to be a smartass, but like literally anything. If it makes their process easier, fucking do it. As a parent, fucking do it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like you don't want to tell your kid, hey, in a few minutes you're just going to cease to exist. That's a hard thing to tell a kid. And this might be the one best evidence for the existence of God in an afterlife that Christians don't use, like, at all, is that if you have a terminally ill child or a terminally ill relative or whatever, like, this is something that you could use to comfort them in that moment. And even if we're right and they cease to exist, they're not going to know it. So why not give them that sense of hope. You know?
Yeah, hope, or just that they can, whether it's days or weeks or whatever, those last days or weeks, that they can, to the best of their ability, have a smile on their face, right, and be peaceful.
Yeah.
Having 4 biological children, 2 stepchildren, I wouldn't want anything less than that.
Can I interject?
Yeah,
Please do.
What isn't helpful, in my opinion, is surrounding that child with a bunch of people praying for healing.
No.
No, I know that's not the situation. But I think
that.
Christians
Absolutely
in this worldview surround somebody with terminally ill, like cancer or whatever it is, and they're like, we pray right now that the cancer leaves the body, and it's like, and then it doesn't. And then what are you doing? You're almost ruining the only hope and like joy of an afterlife for this person by making them then question, why isn't God healing me? Is he even real? So it's counterproductive to do that, in my opinion. So like keeping that out of it. But yeah, I mean, to give them like a story of, whatever it is to make them happy.
Yeah.
Do it.
No, Biddy, you hit the nail on the head, and thank you for highlighting that, because it's funny because especially your evangelical Christians, some of the batshit crazy ones we've talked about tonight will do that in that moment, right? Where it's, we drive out the spirit of cancer, yada yada yada, and they do all that. You're not driving shit out. You're not driving shit out. We all know that. It's complete bullshit, and to do that to any human being, whether it's a child, teenager, 20s, mid-age, whatever, your own fucking book says to hope deferred makes the heart sick. So why would you do something that's only going to make them hurt more? Mm-hmm. It's only going to make it more painful. That you tell them that there may be this hope, that there's this God that's going to cure this disease and take it away. Why the fuck would you ever do that, regardless of the age, but especially to a child? Why would you do that? Because they have no grasp on reality as we see it. Mm-hmm. They don't know what it's like to go on every day, and to have to reason and use rationale to go through the decision makings decisions we have to make as adults. Why would you do that when your book that you adhere to says that very hope, if it's strung out, will make the heart sick? So not only do you want to make their body sick, now you want to make their heart sick. Now you want to make them internally sick. Mm-hmm. You're fucked up. You're fucked up. If you're going to do that in that situation, fuck you. You're fucked up. Don't do that to that kid.
Yeah. Or
that's a
do
great
you know
point,
where you're going to go when you die? You need to ask Jesus in your heart right now. It's just stop. If it's all about the heart anyway, and God can tell the intentions, why are you doing this? Why the fuck would you, any doubt or shame or guilt or false hope? It's just, yeah.
Yeah, and that's when it comes to those situations, again, whether it's a child or an even elderly person.
Yeah.
Your book, and I try to, as much as I can, hold them accountable to their book, because that's their rule book, right? That's how they live their life. And if hope deferred makes the heart sick, why would you do that to an infant or a middle-aged person that has a terminal illness, or an elderly person that it's just the end of the ropes, like they're at the end of their lifespan? Why would you do that? Because that only causes sickness internally. Mm-hmm. It's just making it, even if it's mental health, it's making it worse. So what you should do? You just be there to support. Be there to love them, and put a smile on their face, and let them know that their family and their friends and the people that matter in their life love them. And other than that, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
Be a human in that moment, Secular Rarity says.
Yeah, I love that, actually. Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Like, yeah, be a human in that moment.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, this conversation, no, Biddy and Dadpool, I love you guys. I love you guys because these are the conversations. Even though this was it is normally a fun, jokey conversation, whatever. I have zero problems with it going here because these are the things that we need to talk about and that people need to think about and need to have on the top of mind awareness.
In Christianity, we would say letting the spirit flow right now. We're just letting the spirit flow.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Betty.
Let the Holy Spirit just move in this place right now. We have no agenda. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe God is real.
Revival. It's fucking revival happening right now.
Yes, finally.
There's a really, really smart man one time, and he said a little something like this.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Darth Dawkins. Darth Dawkins soundbite.
Does he know you have that?
I'm gonna drink to that.
No.
Does he come into the? I don't know who he is, but
he watches us all the time.
Okay.
He is someone who will come on and debate somebody or enter a call-in show and like let fly all the insults, cuss words, like whatever. Like you're a fucking idiot for not believing this. Like he's that level, and it's amazing. I didn't know about him either until Oz introduced me to him.
You're welcome.
And then, and then I started looking him up, and like he's had several interactions with like T-Jump and like a bunch of other people.
I think
like
Atheist Troll was talking about him one time, and I'm like,
Jeff,
who the hell is this?
Yeah, he's had interactions with Jeff as well. So yeah, he's a treat. He's a treasure.
Sounds like an asshole.
He is. He's 100% an asshole.
It's a good representative.
And the fact that he doesn't get called out by more Christians absolutely baffles my mind. But
he probably
the
does.
enemy of my enemy is my friend. I wonder that same damn thing all the time.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can justify it with.
But I did learn in that conversation that I pulled that bit from now on. This is everybody don't tell Darth. I'm gonna soften him up. I'm gonna talk about sausage rolls. Talk about bacon,
butter biscuits,
and I'm gonna do
bacon and butter. Wow, this took a turn.
I'm gonna do a little Muhammad Ali, a little float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, little rope-a-dope. And as soon as I get him hooked on the breakfast and the sausage rolls, then I can be like, prove your God, motherfucker.
Be that sword kid at church.
So, I want to pull this up, and I know who this person is. We know who this person is as a channel, but I'm not going to out because I want to respect the process that's going on here. But is there any other book written by a man that people have believed is true and conformed their lives to, like the Bible, Shakespeare, ancient teachers?
You mean like the Quran? Or are you talking about like non-religious texts? Wait, is that what you're referring to?
I think because I know who put this message in. I think what this person is asking is there literally any other book or text written that people have been so adamant that they have this deeply held belief that they would live their life according to what is within the text?
I think there's some politically charged books that people believe that the information in it is true and then live their lives accordingly. I don't know much about religious holy books in other religions, but like the Abrahamic faiths, they all have theirs. But if we're talking outside of that, I don't know.
I would say the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. That the imagery that he describes hell as had a huge impact on the Catholic Church. Back in the day, I forget what century it is. But yeah, like that is a work that was totally from his mind. He just came up with all these ideas and wrote them down. But people like believed them on par with the way they believed the Gospels. And it led to a mass conversion event. Literally.
So there's specification here. So non-religious.
Non-religious. Oh, okay. Hmm.
And can I tell you, you guys can think. And
Mein Kampf that's the one I was thinking of.
Mein Kampf. That's a good
Mhm.
one. My suffering. It translates to, by the way.
What is the Little Red Book? Wasn't that like communist propaganda in China? I mean,
Yeah,
that sold
basically,
more
yeah.
copies almost than the Bible. But I don't know what's in it. I've never read it. I don't know.
Well, I can just I can say this. So when it comes to a secular or a book based skepticism, no, you're not going to find anything that has been as deeply believed and that people conform their lives to. And here's why. When it comes to secularism, but more specifically skepticism, even before atheism, is we put everything on the table, and we do our best to go through what is empirical first. What's empirical? How can we demonstrate this empirically to be true? And how do we use science, the scientific method, to do that? How do we use what is the epistemology? How do we know that what we believe is true, like that we have believed in true things? And when we go through books that are secular or based in skepticism or secularism, it's not based on a belief. It's based on the science or the data or the facts that we've been able to gather. And here's the huge swing. And Jeff and I have talked about this many times. The huge difference between writing a book that is centered in secularism, skepticism, or atheism is we always go to science and example and demonstration to back up our claims. So we can tomorrow, if science or whatever shows that we had a bad belief or we had a bad idea, we can now say, okay, I was wrong. And I've been proven wrong because the science says I'm wrong. And now I need to reformulate or find why my epistemology is wrong and base that in what science or whatever is brought to the table. Where to fast forward, where Christianity or religion as a whole is fucked is, especially for the Christian, that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That is his identity.
Yeah.
The only thing you get to do as a Christian is pivot. You can't move. You can't adapt. You don't get to appreciate and embrace science and embrace new discoveries. And you don't even get to really experience all of the beauty that comes along with experimentations from the scientific world or the medical field or anything that. Why? Because your God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And you have to, your pivot foot is stuck in pivot mode. So the only thing you can do is pivot. And you can try to change angles, which is what they do, but you never get to change your position because you're stuck on the same yesterday, today, and forever God. So that would be my long-winded answer of that. But I think that's I think that fucks it up. I think that fucks it all up.
So Patrick commented, I want to talk about this. There are numerous works of ancient philosophy that we considered as guides to life during or before Christianity, like Epicurus, for example. Yeah, like prior to Christianity, philosophy reigned supreme, and each philosophy had like their own school, and so like there was these groups or these branches of philosophy, like Stoicism. like Stoicism, for example, like they would reject the teachings of Aristotelianism, or I think I pronounced it right. All that to say, like, yeah, they had all these different groups of beliefs, and they all like constantly bickered and argued and debated with each other. But that was what was happening before Jesus' time. Is all these philosophical groups debating on the meaning of life with each other. And then Jesus and religion came around, and it became more laser-like focused on that. But yeah, there are a lot of works by like Aristotle, Socrates, Epicurus, Tolstoy, and a bunch of other philosophers that's where they're like, I believe the teachings of this guy. I believe the teachings of this guy. Well, I believe the teachings of this guy. So you had all these groups who like followed these philosophers and their ideas in the same way a religious group would follow their religion. So, like, yeah, there was absolutely cult followings before. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but it was not a cult following, and that's what we would call that when it comes to.
It was, though, to an extent.
But no, because nobody, according, like, they don't have a book that says that like people were literally laying down their lives for this cause, right?
No.
Okay, that's what.
But they had they were very dogmatic about their beliefs. All these different philosophical groups.
Great, be dogmatic.
Yeah,
be dogmatic all you want. But as soon as we start injecting, well, people are dying because they believe what you said, or for what you said. To me, that's when we get into the cult following. That's my.
That just proves Christianity is true because people are dying for it.
It proves it's a cult. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why wouldn't Christianity be true if people weren't willing to die for it? Like there's never been ever in history a time where someone who had a certain belief didn't sacrifice their life for said belief. Like that has never happened before at all.
Oh, not ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I like the comment that said friends don't let friends do drunk history or something. Have you ever watched the YouTube channel Drunk History?
Yes.
I learned so much from that show.
That is a good show.
It's the only way I'll listen to history.
Friends don't let friends do drunk history.
Do drunk history.
I'll be right back.
And then there were two. We can't hear. Oh, Kitty, I want the black one. Is that a tortoise? Like a tortoise shell?
Yes, this is a tortoiseshell.
Did you know that most tortoise shell cats are all female because of the genetic disorder?
Yeah, it's like 1 in every 1,000 is male.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare to have a male turtle shell kitten. But she's been asleep in my lap for the past 30 minutes.
Nice.
So I have to use the bathroom, and I had to move her because,
Aww.
yeah, I feel bad about it, but she understands, right?
Nice.
All right, I'll be right back.
You have 2 tortie males? What? That's crazy.
What's a tortie male?
So a tortoise shell is a genetic disorder in cats that creates this like speckled of all the oranges and blacks and grays and stuff like that. And because of the disorder, it's highly probable that they're female cats. And she's saying she has 2 tortie males, which is like an anomaly for sure. That's crazy.
I would have. You just learned me. You just learned me.
I've done learned you. And did you know that if you have an all-white cat and it has blue eyes, it is highly probable it will be deaf.
Oh, wow.
Another genetic thing. I don't know why I know stuff about cats. I've acquired it along the way somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know anything about cats, but I have a weird memory. Like I always say that I have a memory of an ant, and I do like day-to-day shit. But like on my wife and I's date day and night yesterday when we got home, we were having drinks, and she wanted to do like trivia, and it was more like she just asked me questions. The first thing we did was just your normal current event, from the 2000s, normal trivia shit. And she was like, how is it you can't remember what you did yesterday? But you remember, X, Y, and Z from 2001.
Nice.
And usually it's like music or entertainment driven, because I'm passionate about that. And then even Bible stuff, she's like, you can't remember the guy's name that you met yesterday, but you remember these scriptures and the stories.
Yeah,
it's funny how the brain works.
Yeah, I don't remember shit, but so when I was in the faith, I didn't watch TV or play secular games or anything, and so the only game I would allow my husband to play with me is Bible trivia, which is where he learned all of his Bible because he's an atheist. And he'd ask me questions and I would give an answer and he's like, nope, it says this. And I'm like, no, it does no. And then he'd be like, well, the Bible verse reference is here. And then we'd go look it up and I'd be right and the game was wrong.
Oh, I love that you said that because now I don't feel like a dumbass. I have these cards right here from Bible trivia.
Bible trivia? Yeah.
Bible trivia.
They're wrong.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, shit.
But
it's like a Catholic game. So they go by the catechism.
Oh, wait, we do it in Pentecostal churches too. Bible trivia. Yeah.
But I think the producer of the game is Catholic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't reach him, but I have more over there where T would say something. I would answer, and she was like, well, this is what the card said. And I'm like, the fucking card's fucking wrong. That's not what it says. So I literally have this just right here where I'm like, no, that shit didn't fucking say that shit. Yeah, we should do. Oh, that's a good idea. We should do one of these whiskey, scotch, and cigars, and we should do Bible fucking trivia.
I'm in.
Yeah, we should.
Will whoop your ass.
Oh, I
guarantee it.
I'm telling you right now, the only person.
I accept your challenge.
Let's do it.
We'll do it with the three of us, and Dave Warnock and Nate. And the only person I'll beat is Nate.
That's the next episode, you guys.
I said the only person that I will beat is Nate.
Well, we'll put him in there to make all of us feel better.
Well, yeah, he's gonna make me feel like I was actually an ex-Christian. So before we get too far here, I do want to share my last scripture.
I thought you did.
I did not. Oz loves being smarter than Bible trivia. Our oldest daughter bought it for him in the garage sale.
I wore that shit like a badge of honor. Seriously. So I'm with you, Oz.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely get shitty when she reads something off and it's wrong. I'm like, that's not what that fucking shit says.
Get the fucking Bible out.
And it was like several times last night. She was like, settle down. I was like, no, God damn it. That's probably just my competitive nature getting ahead of me. So let's get into this scripture. But before we do, I just need to make sure we do this one last time, at least.
Cheers.
It's so gross.
You got to find something you can drink straight.
I did a whole pitcher full.
That wasn't straight. It was a martini, wasn't it?
Oh, it was like a slushy. Alcohol.
Yeah,
slushy.
you got to find something you can drink straight out of the bottle and be able to drink it like water.
And it apparently had glitter in it.
Glitter.
I found this cup with our holiday decor, and didn't wash it, and now there's glitter all over the cup. So I've been drinking glitter.
Do you remember that
unicorn poop?
Do you remember that thing? It's gonna get graphic here, guys. You remember the thing? It was like a pill, and it was like women could put it up there, and it would glitter would come out whenever they would have sexy time.
Nope.
Remember that? Yeah, nope. It was like a few years ago. Like it was this pill you just shoved up in there, and yeah, glitter would come out. And all these doctors came out. I was like, no, don't fucking do that because it will cut up your insides microscopically and cause all these problems. Don't do it. But it was a thing for a little while.
So should I be concerned now that I just drank glitter?
No, you can drink it. That's fine. Like drinking is okay.
You can ingest it.
You're gonna pass it no matter what.
I was at this like mom's group for your kids, and there was just one dad, and we were sitting in a circle, and like the kids were playing, and then the parents had to talk. I never went back, but we were telling all of our fears, and the dad's like, I have a fear of glitter, and I bursted out laughing super loud, and he's like, no, it's a real fear. Like the dude was afraid of glitter. We had to like calm him down after talking about glitter. I've never met anybody with a fear of glitter. And then I Googled it, and apparently it's a thing. It's like equivalent to like, it's just as much people are afraid of glitter as they are clowns. What the?
There's a fear of everything. Like, ugh.
Yeah. Who knew?
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
I've never heard of a chronic fear of glitter. That's a new one.
Maybe he had a bad incident with that pill, you know?
Or he went to the wrong strip club.
Yeah, or there was like a clown in a circus when he was a child.
Or he went to a strip club at a really young age and it traumatized him. Just glitter everywhere. I don't know.
Glitter is the herpes
I'm
of
talking
craft
about.
supplies.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's very true.
So I'll share this, and I'm sure it'll bring us right back around to what we're talking
Oh,
about.
get to your verse. Get to the verse. Right? It's
You
been
ready?
a while. Okay, yes. I'll stop talking.
No, you're good. You're good. So I'm going to do this in my weird preacher voice. Luke 14:26. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother, the woman that brought him onto this fucking planet, and his wife, and his children, and his brothers and sisters, he cannot be my disciple. Thus saith the Lord. Amen. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Was that from the New Testament or the Old Testament?
That's the New Testament.
That was New Testament.
Yeah,
I
thought
used
we
that
were.
verse the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it sounded like New Testament, but I thought we were on Old Testament.
we were, but all my scriptures got stolen tonight, so I just went to that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Do you guys? I'm surprised no one brought up the poop bread in the Bible.
Poop thread.
What?
Yeah, in Ezekiel, God demands that he makes his food out of human shit.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that
That's-
one didn't come up.
Yeah, that's where
Ezekiel bread.
That's where Ezekiel bread came from.
Mhm.
Yeah. God damn it. Didn't
Human shit bread.
boys and girls, Daddy is fixing breakfast this morning, and don't mind the little chunks of daddy shit in your bread. But I'll put it in the toaster. I'll put it in the toaster. You'll never taste it because I'm going to put strawberry jam all over it.
It is environmentally friendly.
We saved
Sure.
a lot of dollars and a lot of resources to make daddy shit poop bread. This is where we got with this conversation tonight.
I like it. I'm
I
okay with
approve.
But that's how absurd this goddamn book is. Like,
it.
ay,
Mhm.
ay, ay, ay.
Anyway,
Dadpool. Well, I was trying to figure out, Dadpool, you like a blunt or a cigar, brother?
A little bit of both.
mm.
No, I'm still in the military. I have a year left, so that I can't. Fun fact about me: I've never smoked marijuana, or I've never been high in my life.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, okay. You had me.
I will say this: as much of the dumbass fucking foolery, fucking bullshit that I've done in my life, which is a lot of bullshit. I've never been to a strip club. And
Really?
yeah, and every dude I meet, they're like, "Dude, are you serious? Like, you were a cocaine addict. Like you got fucked up all the time. You sold dope. You've never been to a strip club. And I was like, no, it never made sense to me. I'm not going to go in there and pay $300 or $400 fucking dollars to just watch what? Like, I'm good. I have no interest. And the fact that you're cool with going in there and just making and this is back in my criminal days. Like the fact that you're willing to go in there and treat a woman like that, like that's not me. That's not what I do. Maybe that's how I grew up. And shout out to my mom if she did anything right. She made me a gentleman. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
I've been to one strip club, and that's because I went to Vegas. That was with my ex-wife. We went there, and I don't think I've ever felt more uncomfortable in my life. Like, I was still like somewhat Christian at the time, and like there was like a 2-drink buy-in minimum. Like, and if those who know, if you go to a strip club in a high-profile place like Vegas, you have to pay for 2 drinks before you go in. And the bouncer was like, "Oh, he was a veteran," and he was like, "Oh, you're also a veteran. Okay, just 1 drink. You don't have to do 1 drink."
Nice.
Yeah, like deal, fucking bet. So I went in there, and then like again. Put yourself in my shoes. This was my first time, and these girls come in and they sit in like the booths around me. They're like, "Oh, we appreciate you for your service and thanks for them." I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life. And we left, and I've never been to a strip club since. Like I can't. And I think it's part of the religious indoctrination, purity culture thing, but it's something I just couldn't deal with at the time.
And maybe there was a part of that for me. My thing was more, and this is where you'll get to hear the soft romantic side of Oz that you don't get to see very often. I do prefer an emotional connection before anything else. Obviously I want to be attracted to, like my wife, I want to be attracted to her, but the emotional connection means way more to me than anything else. And those things lead to others. That's why strip clubs meant nothing to me. They were useless because it was all physicality, right? It's all, the Bible would say flesh. And I'd rather get to know you and who you are as a person. And I think that's my angle, because for people that want to do that as a job, I'm not telling you not to do it. That's just not my flavor. That's not what I'm about. And to each their own, and do what you do and do what you got to do to survive. But for me, I can't do it. It's not my.
And there's a part of me in Oz. Let me know how you feel about this. There's a part of me that wishes I could like enjoy those things the way other people seem to. Like, I wish I could go to a strip club and not feel uncomfortable, not feel guilty, and just enjoy myself and enjoy the scenery and enjoy the show, whatever. But like, I can't. So like, there's a part of me that wishes I could. Like, do you feel that way too sometimes?
I relate to that, Ricky.
Do you?
Yeah, like
How
so purity culture sucks ass.
Hold
And
on, what was it? Real quick, Biddy,
what?
Real quick, what was that? Purity culture, what?
Purity culture sucks ass.
Sucks ass. But like, so I watch these like TikTok queens. We're talking like Mel and Britt Nye the Science Guy and K-Nebs, and they are owning their sexuality on this app. And I'm like, I just wish I was comfortable with that kind of stuff, because it's just my upbringing taught me to like, nudity. Ooh. So I want to be like, just, this is nothing. Cause like, if you go to Europe, there's like porn in their newspapers. So it is cultural. And then you add, American culture is already pretty prudish. And then you add purity culture on top of that. And it's like, I don't know.
You can do it, Biddy.
I wish.
You absolutely could.
what do I do? Do I go to a strip club? Like, how do I just like expose her?
Make a thirst trap.
Thirst trap. I did. I tried.
Did you?
I did. So it was another creator, and he was like, if she got thigh tattoos and a chest piece, she knows how to bury a body. And so because I have all that, I did like I wore shorts and a tank top. Shit be flashing those privates, you know. Because your girlfriend was like, go buy a pair of shorts. You do it. And I did it. I used to dress pretty slutty when I was a tattoo artist because I got the tips. But then I went like super conservative with like Messianic Judaism. And now I'm like, I don't know how to dress anymore.
Why she said I got them shorts though?
Just wearing shorts. Well, Biddy, you should do another one.
Okay.
That is an official
It would be
request.
so embarrassing. I don't want to do that to my audience. I already lost a whole bunch of followers when I pretend to get baptized.
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, clearly this is a joke. It was all...
Yeah, it was my April Fool's joke, and I lost a shit ton of followers.
Oh.
All right, so a couple chats to get caught up on here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We're having fun. Like I said, this show's loose as far as time, so I'm not worried about it. Mrs. Odd said, fun fact about me too. I've never smoked weed or done any drugs. But here's the follow-up. I'm married to an ex-drug dealer that's anti-strip.
That is an interesting story. Like, there's a book to be written there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good movie.
Yeah, you couldn't get more polar opposite on here's the thing is you have these polar opposites, but Captain, I think you know this. If not, you're about to be baptized. And obviously, this is the first time I've talked to Biddy about this. So she comes from country ass Michigan, like country ass, like they don't do shit. They raise horses. They're farm people. Like they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing but ride horses and whatever. Go to school.
Horse people.
Horses and up there, I think they play football and wrestle. I think they do the other things they do. And then where I'm from, it was like as soon as I hit like 6th grade, it was we're gonna get out here. We gotta be out here hustling. We gotta get this paper. We're getting high. We're getting drunk. We're hustling, and we're in gangs, or at least we think we're in gangs at that stage. But then later in life, we're actually involved in gangs. So it's all of this. So then her and I, our paths cross. And here's where it gets interesting, is where our paths cross. So
at the horse tracks, she's there to enjoy the horses and you're there betting on them.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
No, okay, not where your paths. Okay.
So somehow she ended up living in the same city that I moved to in Indiana. And for whatever reason, for the first time on the same night, we meet in a swinger club.
Ooh.
And then she tried to play hard to get. It was like, oh no. And
what's a swingers club? Like just couples go there and they leave with a different couple?
Not just couples. There's a lot that goes into that.
Okay.
But I can say this now because we are legally married. And when we met, she wasn't happy in her marriage. I was miserable in my marriage. And when we met, it was as close to like what maybe a spiritual person would say to being electric, where it was like, God damn, where did this person come from? And from the moment I met her, it was like there was something there. Like I've never felt like that before. Like what was that? And we stayed in touch, and she played hard to get for a little bit. But the reason I say that is we have very different backgrounds, upbringings, and all that. And literally, even still now, when people see us out in public, we have this guy that's like covered in tattoos. He, has this certain appearance or whatever, and we have this sweet, beautiful, blonde, just gentle woman, and they're like, "What are you doing with him? Did he force you into this? Are you scared?"
Oh,
Is Mrs. Oz on TikTok? I don't know if I've ever.
She is not like she doesn't post or anything. She just follows everybody.
Oh, okay.
But she was the one actually earlier in there. She was like, "I want Biddy Buddha to move to our state so I can be her best friend." That was.
I think I just saw Biddy Biddy Buddha is my new favorite atheist. So.
oh,
There she is.
I forced Oz to be mine.
I am yours. I'm yours.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a similar situation like Rachel, my soon to be wife. Like she's Wiccan. She practices witchcraft. Like not so much that like she believes you create spells and things like that, but she makes like spell jars and things, and she's all into that. And of course, I don't believe any of that, but she's still super involved in the atheist community because I am. So like yeah, we have very clear differences, but we don't really focus on those. We enjoy each other. Like sometimes that's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Because she has, when she talks about raising horses, I'm like, I love you and I support it because I know you love that, right? And I support that because you love it. And then when I talk about selling dope, I know you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yo,
You're making her street smart though. That's cool.
Oz, that's so fucking similar to like, because she had to explain to me what a tractor pull was because I'm a city boy. She's a country girl.
I think it's in the name, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of like, and like she was like, "Hey, there's a tractor pull. We should take the kids to it." And I was like, "What the fuck is a tractor pull?" And she was like, "Oh, it's these cars, and they have like Hemi engines, and they pull like a fuck ton of weight and see who can go the fastest." And I was like, "Why?"
Oh, that's
So
not what I thought.
she had to like introduce me to certain things like in the country, and I had to introduce her to certain things as a city boy. So yeah, it's really funny to hear you say that, Oz. This makes me think about me and Rachel. Very opposites, but it still works.
Yep, and I'll say this, and then we'll wrap so we don't bore of that. I feel like Biddy's like, "All right, I'm glad to hear your story, Oz. Thank you."
That's just cute.
It is.
I'm
Cute.
bringing out the softer side, I feel, in the men's conversations, just by my presence.
You are, that's what we're missing.
Sensitive.
We're missing a feminine edge or streak in our. Yeah. Just handcuffs and straps. Oh.
Babe, simmer down. I'll be done soon.
Reveal those secrets.
Oh, god damn it! There was something to say, like on some more regular shit. I don't. She sent me way off with the chains and handcuffs and shit. But no, it is amazing when you can meet somebody that you do have different, totally different perspectives on life from and with, and be able to appreciate those things and love those things. Because I think you get to learn more. I think you get to experience more in life when you have that, rather than somebody that's like has a lot of the same understandings or experiences in life. It's like, oh, we've kind of done all the same shit together, right? It's like that's all we know. But like with Mrs. Oz, like there's tons of new shit that we learn about each other every day because of the way we grew up and the environments we grew up in were so vastly different. we're always learning, and it makes us better with people outside of a relationship. It helps us understand people outside of a relationship. You know, I think that's valuable as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a big difference. Like I struggled a lot with purity culture. Like some people, when they leave the faith, they deal with residual feelings of fear of hell. And I'm like, that's not something I dealt with, but like I dealt with like purity culture is something that stuck with me for a while. And but I got involved with Rachel, and she helped me realize that sex is just something you do for fun. Like it's not this holy sacred thing. It's just something we do because we're fucking animals. You know, so like that helped me. Like, okay, it helped me achieve a different perspective on all of it, because yeah, again, I was raised to believe you only have sex with one person whom God has preordained you to have sex with. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's where my mind was. And then like I met her and she helped me understand that's not the fucking case. We're animals. We like to fuck. That's just what we are as a species.
Like that
there's nothing holy or sacred about it. Go ahead.
That Tinder app, I was like, oh, this exists? The debauchery. You know, Jesus is coming back. Like, yeah. And the women that were on it, that blew my mind, that like women were on that app, because we like, you're going on it to hook up. And I wish I didn't have this like weird, like prudish mentality.
Yeah, like I've never got to experience that. Like I've only ever had sex with two women, like my ex-wife and Rachel. Like that's it. Because I was so steeped in purity culture, I never like, you know, got to get out there and explore, I guess you could say. So yeah, I feel like purity culture like robbed me of understanding my own sexuality in a lot of ways. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it seems to be so like, I mean, like the whole Josh Duggar thing. Like, did you hear about that just recently?
Oh yeah.
It's this like suppression of natural needs almost takes a turn into really dark places. And we need to stop that bullshit of just like letting someone express themselves sexually however they want to, without it getting turned into, you know, child molestation. You know what I mean? Like it went to a really dark place. And I think it was because of purity culture, that suppression. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, you're right. It seemed that way. Like, didn't he write this note like before he committed that what he did? And he was like, "Oh, all these women like throw themselves on these guys who are douchebags, and I should be the one that they throw themselves on." You know,
I don't know.
Are we talking about the same person?
Josh Duggar is one of the oldest one. He just turned himself in for having child porn like yesterday.
Oh no! Sorry, I'm talking about the guy who like he stabbed his roommate to death, and then he went on a mass shooting, and then he killed himself. and
I don't know who that is.
He left a note saying that he was in college. He's a college student, and he was like, all these women, they throw themselves on these like douchebag jocks, and like they don't ever like come to me. Well, so that's a big reason he went and he targeted women. Like someone in the comments, fucking tell me I'm not crazy. Like this is a thing that happened a couple of years ago.
Well, what Biddy's talking about is one of the holy Duggards.
I love that show too, and I like because it's so like all of those weird ass homeschool kids. They make sense to me. That's why it's like reminiscent for me.
And Biddy, if this was a normal TART show where we're doing more of an interview thing, I would ask this like fucking 2.5 hours ago. But how long have you been away from religion?
I just celebrated my 1-year atheist anniversary, January 1st.
Wow!
What? Can we drink to that?
You got to fist bump first. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There it is.
I'm out. Black on rum.
And I was never like one of those people that hid their atheism. You know, I didn't have any reason to. I wasn't. My family was nothing, but like, people say, I've been a closet atheist for 8 years, and I'm just finally coming out. But it was like, if this is my views right now, and until they change, I'm going to now identify as this, so that I'm not like pretending to be something I'm not. I wasn't going to keep going to church, even though it was my passion.
No.
Anyways, I just hijacked that, so you go ahead.
No. I asked that for a reason. First of all, 1 year into your skepticism and lack of belief, first and foremost, you're fucking killing it. You're fucking killing it.
The devil is blessing me.
The devil, the devil loves you right now.
The devil is using you for his divine plan.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'll gladly oblige.
Biddy Buddha, you are my tool and my weapon against the
tool of Satan.
And the fact that you're a woman, I'm going to use you to cripple the efforts of Yahweh. But
is this what I do? I don't know. I don't do this anymore. I do this.
I struggled with that for a long time too. It was like, what am I throwing up gang signs? What am I doing right now? Like I feel like I got stacked like I'm in a gang again.
Bloods.
No, good for you, Biddy, and I mean that. And on a serious note, good for you. A year in, because everything that I've been able to watch and listen and hear from you, not only do you speak with passion and conviction, but it's real, like it's shit that's backed up. Because there's a lot of people that I hear, they say shit and it's like, I don't I don't know the Bible as well as you and Captain do, and I even know it pretty well, but I don't know the Bible as well as you guys do. But there's a lot of new atheists that they come in guns blazing, right? Guns blazing, and I'm like, I don't think you have a good understanding of that to be able to actually bring that to a conversation.
Yeah,
right? To bring that to an argument, because you still have to understand, if you're going to have a productive conversation, you still have to understand the context and the time frame in which those books or that literature was written. Now, from a holistic point of view, we still call bullshit what it is. It is collectively bullshit, right? But I love that you bring that to the table, and not only that you bring it to the table as a skeptic or an atheist, but I do truly value a woman that will come to the table and say, no, this book is bullshit, and what it says is bullshit, and the way it treats women is bullshit, and the way it treats children is bullshit. Because guess what? As men, we can say that, and it holds a certain amount of weight. But look at the book. The book already sides with men. So when men oppose it, it's like, oh, you just want to fight. You just want to fight, right? Mm-hmm. But when a woman stands up and has the support of men, that has a completely different punch. Like that's a drop kick. That's a punch in the face. When a woman says, no, I'm not cool with this anymore, and this is my voice, and this is my outlook on it, and then you got a bunch of dudes ready to fight behind you.
What's interesting about that is my personality never aligned with the ideal biblical woman. So Proverbs 31, she is submissive, she is quiet, she is all these things. And when I went into the tattoo industry, it's pretty sexist. And they told me the only way I was going to make it in the industry as an artist is if I slept my way to the top. And I basically said, fuck that, watch me. And I hustled my ass into this industry, and every dude respects the shit out of me. And so I've always been like this, like, I'll talk shit, bring it. Like, and so I just had to suppress so much of who I was to align with this ideal biblical woman. And I beat the shit out of myself every night because I wasn't that. And so now I get to basically be myself in atheism. And although I worry, because actually Pasta Mike pointed out something that when people are new to atheism, they have a lot of anger. And I do. Like why wouldn't I? But so like, I really appreciate you saying that, Oz, because it's like I feel authentic just being able to, you know, not take shit. I don't want to be submissive. I want to hold my own.
It's genuine. And what Pasta Mike said for most people is accurate. And I've been transparent through our timeline with TART. When Pasta and I met, and I, you know, my screen name when I met Pasta Mike was the Atheist Asshole. Like I prided myself. I prided myself in telling Christians, "Fuck you, you're wrong, eat a dick." Like that I prided myself in that, right? Instead of understanding that we need to have productive conversations and we need to be able to do it and be based in understanding of the scripture, of the studies of history, of theology. Like I threw all of those things out of the window because I was so fucking angry and I was so bitter. And I was not as emotionally intelligent as you are at this stage. And I can say that because I was not on that level. I was an angry motherfucker. And it was like a heat seeker. It's like put a Christian in front of me and my goal.
You were just like,
my goal was to fuck that shit up, you know?
Yeah.
But now, you know, a year and a half later, now I understand that's not how we have productive conversations. That's not how we get to someone's true epistemology.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get there by being like, fuck you, you believe in a fucking fake God, you fucking idiot. You know, and that was my approach, you know, coming into it. And so a year in, that's why I said that. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that you have that position and that posture. That posture so far, and the same thing for Captain. I've said that is his ability to be very frank, but to have a cool demeanor and just be chill with it. I wish I would have had that early on, and that speaks way more to being able to have conversations with theists than anything that I did in my early days as an atheist, because I was a fucking dick.
Yeah. Well,
here we go. Shoot, to be honest, I didn't like Oz at first, but I've since come to see he's a great guy. Thank you, Spartan. And yeah, Spartan saw me early on. I was a dick, man. I was a fucking asshole.
What changed? Like, what did you do? You just worked on yourself, or?
That's a good question.
I wish I could say that I did it on my own, but this is something that when it comes to this, I 100%, and I hope Pasta Mike is listening right now. I 100% owe to Pasta Mike because he spent hours on the phone with me, helping me to continue to deconstruct and through my deconversion and understand that no, you do that's not like you're getting in your emotions. You're still letting your emotions attach to the belief. You can't do that. You can't do that. And he kept reminding it. And sometimes he had to get firm with me. Like, bro, shut up. Like, shut up. What are you doing right now? You know? And so it wasn't always necessarily nice. But it was him reminding me, like, no, dude, just this is where you need to shut up. You're not there yet. This is where you just need to shut up. And it was him doing that, and then me going and listening to Anthony Magnabosco.
I was
or
just gonna say, it seems like Pasta Mike gives off serious Magna Bosco vibes.
yeah. Oh,
I've
absolutely.
never met him, but like that's what I
And,
gather.
and Pasta is his own. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no mistaking. There's no mistaking that whether it's Pasta or a channel as a whole, especially in the early beginnings, a lot of the origins are on SE. You know, and we focus on street epistemology and Anthony and what he's doing. We love Anthony. So it was me going to that and listening and absorbing like hours and hours of what Anthony was doing. And even in Pine Creek, when I found Pine Creek, I'm like, I love this style. I love what you're doing because you're taking the street epistemology and it's now more of a digital epistemology, you know, because you're not in the street and just being cool and having conversations with people, which is in my career. I'm by trade, I am I'm in sales. I've been a sales leader at high level, executive levels, and so I love talking to people, getting to know people. It's like, oh, so I can actually do that here. I can do that here, and I don't have to fucking fight people. You know, and so that was again a long-winded answer, but it was hours and hours and hours of breaking down the bitterness and the hatred towards the idea of a Bible God, and that these people actually still think they're right, you know, and helping me to understand that no, they can still believe that. They can still believe that, and you have a productive conversation with them. And it took me quite a while to get there.
Yeah.
Anger is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, I think like being a female atheist creator, I don't know as if I am given the opportunity to have this like Socratic approach, because the people that like, I mean, it's your like Gen X men. They fucking hate me. They don't want to hear a goddamn thing I said. Like their guards are already up, and I think it's just because of being a woman. Like I honestly do. But then, or is it me? Is it my approach? Am I just an asshole? I don't know. Like I'm trying to read. I don't want to elevate like their opinion too much, because I highly suspect it's just this. But then I also don't want to make excuses if I'm being an asshole.
Well, no, I would say because Tia, Mrs. Oz, everybody knows her name's Tia, but that's on our channel. But Mrs. Oz, my wife, she is in some regards very brutal. Like she like don't fuck with her. Like she'll tell you,
we
like,
would be friends.
she'll tell you if she gets any type of like you're like, no, fuck you, don't talk to me. Like, you know, it is what it is. But then on the other side, what I love about her is she's the most compassionate, loving, and accepting woman that you would ever meet. And I think that's where you have to have this balance where it's like, okay, if you get that instinct, and we all have our instincts, and people say whatever they want about it, you get that instinct, it's like, no, fuck you, I don't have time for you. And if it's the other way, cool, but this shit's gonna be baby steps, bro. This shit's gonna be baby steps. You know, there's no like, oh, we're best friends, or oh, you know, whatever. Everything's baby steps. And if anybody wants to move beyond the baby steps and just wants to go straight to the microwave, you ain't worth my time. You ain't worth my time. We ain't going to the microwave.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, Antangelo is here.
Oh.
He trolled the shit out of the last show I was in. I don't even know who he is. I just know his name now.
He is Darth Dawkins' son.
Oh, the spawn of Darkins.
He is the spawn. And here, if I can pull it up here. Oh, don't tell me it's gone. Oh, somebody moved it. God damn it! I was gonna put it up there. Never mind. Oh, there it is. So, Biddy, I'm gonna show you an image.
Okay.
This is what convinces Otangelo that God is real. One image.
Okay. Is this going to convert me?
So before we do this, I feel like we need this right now.
Captain is falling asleep. Ugh. I can't do that shit no more. It's
Can't
so
do
gross.
that shit no more. All right, so here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the very image that convinced Otangelo that God is real.
Oh, shit.
The Shroud of Turin.
Yep.
So
And
that's
the
it.
ink, and the inks were dated to like the 1300s. Is that? I don't know much about it, but I'm pretty sure it's been debunked countless
Yeah,
times.
the Catholic Church does not even consider it a relic, which is being like the Catholic Church does not recognize it as authentic. Like that should tell you something.
Yeah, I was watching something.
Hold on. And keep going.
Not
Deep.
debunked, because everything that is opposite of my bias is false. Fake news.
Otangelo, here's what you need. I'm gonna say this. I want Betty to finish.
I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Otangelo, this is what you need to do. You need to go back to your daddy, Darth Daddy, and ask for maybe some better demonstrations that God is real. And what is your standard of evidence? Like just shit that gets
Low.
What gets painted on a picture, a little piece of paper, like yeah. No, I've heard the chat rooms. Otangelo, he's your daddy. But all right, we're gonna wrap this up, and I love it. And Captain literally looks like he's about to pass out.
I am
in his game chair. I know. I see.
not gonna bullshit
He
anybody. I'm
can't
fucking
hang.
passing out.
Can't even hang,
He
bro.
hey, Biddy Buddha just whooped your Buddha.
And I whoop your ass in trivia too.
Oh, we'll see.
Shit.
I need to study now.
Oh, we're gonna have a stream. It's not gonna be this particular stream, but we're gonna create a Bible trivia stream, and I'm gonna be the host with the most, motherfuckers, whether you like it or not.
Hostess with the mostest.
I'm not a Buddhist. Buddha is the name of my dog. In fact, I couldn't remember the name of my old, or like the password to my old TikTok account. So I just put Biddy, which is like a nickname for my last name, and then Buddha, my dog's name. And then my shit just blew up. And so Biddy Buddha, I never even intended for that name to be anything. So
Biddy Buddha. Biddy
Yep.
Biddy Buddha.
Yeah, it's a very similar story with my name. Like I got way more attention than I expected. I was like, should I change my name? Because but yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
Captain's cool. And Biddy Buddha just seems like people remember it.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be atheist blank or blank atheist or whatever. Like it can be whatever.
Yeah.
I same thing with me, guys. I really struggled with the name. No, actually I've changed my name like 8 times. But
Just reinventing yourself.
well, it was fucking around with shit, but Oz like you probably can't see it, but you can. Oz is tattooed on my arm. That's my childhood nickname. But before we go here, I don't know how to pronounce that, but do you have live streams every Friday night? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Pastor Mike, I loved Tanda Shenanigans. That was my original TikTok name.
Really?
Yep.
Oz is better.
Ooh. So one quick here. Thank you. $25 from the Quiet Gorilla. And him and I talked quite a bit last night. Well, if you're wrapping up, I suppose I should show you some love and support now. Keep up the great work.
No.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, we talked in depth last night for quite a while, and it was a great conversation. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What? See, why do people wait till the end of a show to do this? Oz, I'm so devastated that Sean refused to have a debate with me. Sean who? Sean who? Otangelo? What? Like, I line debates up all the time. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So before anything else pops up, which I'm sure it will, let's do this because I don't want Dadpool to fall asleep right now. So Captain Dadpool, one last time, tell everybody what you got going, where they can find you. Like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and I do a show on Sunday nights with my co-host Crimson Barrel. We have a different guest who's usually in the atheist community. And then on Thursdays, we do a live Q&A session. Aside from that, if you check out the link tree in my bio on my TikTok, you can see I'm on Twitter, which I'm trying to get better at keeping up with. I'm on Discord. So yeah, there's multiple places you can find me in Instagram too. So yeah, just check out the link tree in my bio. There you can find all the avenues to interact with me.
Awesome. And then Pastor Mike was gracious enough to help me with the links. But Biddy Buddha, I know you have an upcoming interview in the future. And where can everybody find you?
You can find me at TikTok at Biddy Buddha and Twitter at Biddy Buddha. I'm not making YouTube content yet because I don't know how to do that shit. But I'm going to be on Normalizing Atheism. It's a couple weeks out. But I am going to be on Jesus Unfollowers podcast, I think Tuesday. I don't remember dates. I'm so bad at dates. It's like my kryptonite.
Oh, I'm jealous.
But yeah, so I got a few shows coming up. I'll announce them on TikTok or Twitter. It's how I keep people posted. So.
All right. And I will also add that Monday night we have the TART Live call-in show, and Nate and I will be there, and we're going to have another special guest with us, and I don't know who it is at all or who will be there. Oh yeah, it's it's Biddy Buddha. So she'll be there to help. So we're excited to do that, and I think it's gonna be fun. And being able to have more one-on-one dialogue tonight. Not only I think it's gonna be fun, I think it's gonna be badass. And you theist callers, you have no idea what you're in for.
Don't do that.
No idea what you're in for. No, Biddy, I'm a shit talker.
Don't hype me, bro. Don't hype me.
I'm hyping all of us.
Okay, good.
This is a group thing. Like, get at me, bro. Get at me.
Come at me.
That's where I'm from. But yeah, Biddy will be on normalizing atheism, and I'm gonna do a little. Oh, I love you, Nightbot. I just got to press 3 buttons.
Nice.
Well, better pull up. I didn't see it pull up. Make sure it goes. Yeah, there it goes. So we'll do that Monday night, and then I do want to make sure everyone knows that tomorrow night. So we have a debate tomorrow night, and after the debate on normalizing atheism, Dan, a good friend of ours that we talk to all the time, he's a theist, a Christian, and he is he's one of those fundamentalist Christians that loves to speak in tongues and like slap people in their face and tell them that if they don't say, Dan, you are the pastor, that they're going to go to hell. No, I'm kidding. Everything I just said there is bullshit. Other than he will be on normalizing atheism, and Dan is one of the coolest fucking Christians I've ever talked to. He, Eddie, Jim Benton, some of the coolest fucking Christians that I've ever talked to, and I'm looking forward to that and him being on there. And one thing I know about Pasta, whether you're a theist or an atheist, the interview it's badass. It's badass, and I've got to be a part of a couple of them. So make sure you do that tomorrow night. And if you've not, I put the link to normalizing atheism in the chat, and you can check it out. So before we sign off, Captain Dadpool, Biddy Buddha, any last interjections or opinions on any of the verses, any of the bullshit that we read, anything like that?
I saw a comment earlier. I'm trying to find it now. There it is. From Karaya Holly. She said, Captain Dadpool, I'm a fan. Thank you so much for what you do. It's made a huge difference for me. And that's stuff that I really enjoy hearing. So,
yes.
So thank you. I appreciate knowing or hearing that the content I make is genuinely helpful to people. That is my favorite thing, period. So thank you. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I agree. Biddy Buddha, anything from you before we go?
I'd like to see if there's anybody that has goats to try to test the stick in the water example in the Bible. Just putting that out there as a challenge to any goat herders. Sheep, it might work. I don't know.
Someone should make a TikTok about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd make a good TikTok.
Test, right?
Here I am drinking the water with the stick in it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but there's going to be like qualifications for the stick. The stick it needs to be this wide and of acacia wood.
Is it enough cubits?
Yeah. Oh God.
All I know is we do have the goat because I am the goat.
Whoa, what? I don't even know what that means.
The
greatest of all time.
Of all time.
Oh, it's an acronym. All right.
Yep.
That's cool.
What you'll learn here with Tang and TART and all the other fucking shit we make up is everything's an acronym. So I am the greatest of all time, and I don't even know what I don't even know I don't even know what the fuck I'm the greatest at.
You're the greatest at TART.
Just it.
I'm the greatest at being tangy and tarty.
Doing TART
and tarty. That's all I know about. But all right, before we wrap, one last time, Biddy Buddha, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And I'm like part of me is grateful. The other part of me is like maybe she shouldn't have been part of this the first time.
What?
This is
fun.
A shit show. This is a shit show.
I needed to be shit-faced to feel comfortable, so we're good.
Okay, so we're good.
Perfect,
We're good. Okay,
so.
I don't feel bad.
Yeah, you did great, Biddy.
Thanks.
Absolutely, you're a killer. You're a killer. And Captain, as always, thank you. And dude, same thing. What you bring to the table, dude. You're a badass motherfucker, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. And if they say anything else, tell them to line up. I know you don't need it, I know you don't need it. But just to alleviate some of the pressure, tell them to line up and holler at your boy Oz. Like, tell them to go holler at Oz, and I'll take care of the light work.
It's always nice to hear.
I do. I appreciate you, brother. And then for Nate, just remember on the TART channel, Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time, it's Up Lady Late with Nate. And check out my boy. And now, why is it like all of a sudden everybody wants to comment now when we're trying to?
They all want to say bye. They all want to say they had a good time.
Wrap up. So I'm not even
I know when I'm in the live on TART videos, I am so sad when they end because I don't know what else to do now. I just I aimlessly just scroll TikTok, but I have so much fun in the chat.
I just want to say this. I did not
pay me for that compliment.
Like try to guide conversation or suggest anything, but the whole thought and premise behind the Atheist Network group is creating a network where there's always atheist material going from a trusted source, where you know that the content you're getting is going to be valuable and trusted, and whether it's funny or it's deep or intellectual or it's just bullshit. That's the whole thing. But yeah, this is the last thing I'll say, and then we're gonna jump off because we keep going on and on and on. I want to make sure I have the outro video ready. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we have another UDC debate night, and it is Godless Engineer, the reigning UDC champion, versus Zach from Adherent Apologetics, and the topic is, does God exist? So do not miss that. It's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. And if you don't, then you lost. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're out. Turn it up. What up? Yeah. Grab your chair, put up a seat, yeah. Welcome to the Atheist Round Table. We just the dudes that you knew for poking holes in all these fables. Yeah. See, we're just some atheists that got questions like, why does God kill babies with cancer? Hopefully, you can bring some answers. We'll sit back and take notes. Go ahead. Welcome to the Atheist Round Table.